Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Rouse Baseball's live commentary of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. Tonight, we are going to be bringing you the fifth game of the series between the Yokohama DeNA BayStars and the Fukuoka Softbank Hawks. It has been a story of the road team so far in the first four games of the series, as the Hawks won both their games on the road in Yokohama, and the BayStars have done their trick twice in Fukuoka against the Hawks. Well, tonight will be the game that will give one team the edge, and the game and the series will end up going back to Yokohama for a Saturday evening game 6. And then all the marbles will be decided pretty much from that point there, as we are getting into the deep water here in the series. Well, first of all, we're going to give you the starting lineups for the visitors from Yokohama. Leading off and in center field, wearing number 1 is Masayuki Kuwahara. Batting second in right field is number 58, Koki Kajiwara. Hitting third and playing second base is number 2, Shugo Maki. Batting fourth and doing the designated hitting is number 3, Tyler Austin. A surprise starter in the fifth spot tonight, playing first base, is number 99, Mike Ford. Batting in the sixth spot is number 51, Toshiro Miyazaki. He'll play third base. Hitting seventh in left field is number 25, Yoshi Satsugo. Batting eighth and doing the catching is number 10, Yasutaka Tobashira. And batting ninth and playing shortstop is number 6, Kaido Mori. And they are going to be facing the Tomohisa Ozeki, who is making his Japan Series debut for the Hawks, as he will start today for Fukuoka. Now your starting lineup for the home team, the Fukuoka Softbank Hawks. Leading off in left field, wearing number 44, is Yoshiyasu Sasagawa. And to me, that is another surprise starter, as he got the start in last night's game, hitting in the 9th spot. He moved him right up to the top of the order here tonight. Batting second and playing in right field is number 9, Yuki Yanagita. Hitting third and playing third base is number 24, Ryoya Kurihara. The cleanup spot and playing first base is number 25, Hotaka Yamakawa. Batting fifth and doing the designated hitting is number 3, Kensuke Kondo. Batting in the sixth spot and playing shortstop is number 6, Kenta Imamiya. Batting seventh and at second base is number 8, Taisi Makihara. Batting in the 8th spot tonight, another surprise start, is number 62, Takashi Amino. He's going to get the nod behind the plate, as Takuya Kai, hitless in the series, will get the night off. And batting ninth and in center field is number 23, Yukio Shudo. And they're going to be facing Andre Jackson, who is coming back by Japanese standards on short rest. Jackson will get the start. He opened up the series in game 1. He has no wins and 1 loss. He's worked 4 2/3 innings, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, all of which were earned. He walked 5, but struck out 9 in that first appearance. Well, those are your starting lineups. The ball game is just around the corner, and we'll bring it all right to you right after this. Appreciate you guys for jumping in tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Whether you listen live or on delay, it's great to have you with us. We'll be right back in just a few. We're just a couple moments from getting this one underway, as it is going to be the Hawks and the BayStars. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back after these musical timeouts. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Ozeki on the hill for Fukuoka as he's completed his warm-up tosses. We're ready to get this one underway. It'll be Kuwahara, Kajiwara, and Maki to get things going here against the left-hander. And the first pitch of the ball game is on the way, and it is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. First pitch was at 18:02 or 6:02 p.m. local time as the lefty Ozeki ready to go again. As he rocks himself into the windup, he kicks and delivers another breaking ball that almost hits the leadoff hitter Kuwahara as it was into the back foot, and the count runs now to 1-1. Kuwahara in the Japan series is 8 for 19. He's got a homer and 5 runs batted in. The 31-year-old has had himself a pretty steady series thus far. As the lefty Ozeki gets the sign from his catcher Amino and he goes to work, rocking into the windup and delivering. There's a breaking ball waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lefty Ozeki wasting no time. It doesn't work as quickly as Ishikawa did last night as he's ready to rock into the windup. Left-hander gets the sign and he's ready and steady to go again. Here comes the pitch. As he kicks and delivers, it is a fastball that just misses upstairs, and the count runs to 2-2 on Kuwahara. Defensively tonight for the Hawks, from left to right field, it is Sasagawa in left, Shudo in center, and the right fielder is Yanagita. With the around the horn, it'll be Yamakawa at first, Makihara at second. The shortstop is Imamiya. The third baseman is Kurihara with the battery of Ozeki and Umino, as that last pitch was swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2 to Kuwahara. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. As Ozeki rocks himself into the windup again, the pitch is on the way. Slow breaking ball swung on, tapped past the glove of the pitcher. Charging hard is Imamiya. He throws to first, and he's just going to get Kuwahara by a half a step. A nice play by Imamiya. He had to charge in hard as the ball was chopped just past the pitcher. He had to throw on the run, and the speedy Kuwahara, maybe in his younger years, might have beat it out. But he was able to retire him, was Imamiya by a half a step. But it's going to go in the books as a ground out, 6-3 for out number 1. That'll bring up the right fielder, Koki Kojiwara. Well, for Kojiwara, he is 6 for 16 in the series. No homers and 1 RBI, and he takes a first pitch fastball at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Left-hander against the left-hander. Ozeki getting his sign from Umeno. He rocks into the windup and delivers. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count goes to 0-2. Sometimes the folks, when they come in, they ask us who we think is going to win. You can always replay to the beginning. If I had to make my prediction tonight, I am leaning toward Fukuoka, although it is a strong lineup that Yokohama has rolled out here for this one. As the 0-2 is on the way, it is a breaking ball, waved at and missed. And that is 2 quick outs here in the top of the first inning as Kajiwara goes down on strikes for out number 2. It's going to leave it up to the second baseman, Shugo Maki. Well, for Maki, he's having himself a rough series. He is 2 for 17. He's got no homers and 2 runs driven in. The star of the BayStars, the captain, the leader of the team, has had a struggle thus far in this Japan series. And the first pitch, he takes a fastball at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Very productive offensively in many statistical categories offensively for the BayStars. Was a top 5 player in both home runs and batting average. In the Central League, there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-1 on Maki. When you watch Maki hit, he is a professional hitter. His approach at the plate is pretty solid. And even in the first game of the series to end the ball game, he had an opportunity to potentially tie it up. He had a line drive to the glove of Yukio Shudo that ended the game as he swings at that breaking ball and fouls that one away, and the count now is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the other thing in this game, if you're thinking of parlays or thinking of maybe placing money down or something like that, I don't want to say that we're giving you the bet to do it, but one of the things that we think could happen is this game could go extras tonight as the breaking ball misses down. I was thinking about this all day today. I said, how about a game 5 that ends up going 12 innings and ends in a tie? And that breaking ball looks like it may have hit Mackey, and that is going to put him to first base as it looked like it may have. I thought it was able to skip out of the way, but it looks like he has been awarded first base on a hit by pitch. So he is the first base runner here tonight for the BayStars. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Tyler Austin. Well, Austin's been enjoying a good Japan series at the plate. Unfortunately for Austin, he fouled the ball off his foot in game 1 of the series, and he's been hobbled. Last night, he was on base all over the place. He's 5 for 9 in the series with a homer and 2 RBIs. And he swings at the first pitch and fouls that one away into the seats over on the first base side. Count is quickly 0-1. Austin's home run yesterday was to the opposite field. That opened up the scoring for the BayStars early in the ball game. So no balls and 1 strike to the American. Left-hander against the right-hander as Ozeki gets the sign from Momento as he's ready to rock himself into the motion. And here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Austin. So no balls and 2 strikes. Mike Ford, a surprise starter in this one tonight. He waits his turn on deck. Sano was in the starting lineup, is not in the lineup tonight. So no balls and 2 strikes to Austin as the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball that just misses under the hands, and the count now goes to 1-2. Did not miss by much. We can look at that on the replay. The catcher, Amano, had set up very inside, and the pitch looked like it may have caught some of the plate, but not according to the home plate umpire. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. As the lefty again works set, now delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses on the outside corner, and the count now goes to 2-2. So Ozeki working like a surgeon, just barely off of the inside corner and barely off of the outside corner. Good professional at bat here by Austin as he's able to be disciplined and not have to swing at either of those pitches. Good discipline here by the American. Here comes the 2-2 pitch as Ozeki holds set. Now he kicks and he fires. There's a fastball swung on and tap foul over on the third base side. The count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. What's been interesting in this series is the BayStars have really left their scoring till later in the game. As we've noted, they'll start maybe chipping away, and then they've exploded with runs late. Last night they had 4 in the 7th inning. There was a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. Ozeki gets himself a new baseball already here in the first inning. 19 pitches from the left-hander. As Umeno looking for the pitch again inside, and that backs Austin off the plate. Now the count goes to 3-2. Well, Shugamaki will be on the run here as the count is full to the designated hitter, Austin. He digs himself back in, and now we're ready to go again. Here comes the offering from the lefty. Austin waggling the bat. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on, and another one fouled away, and the battle's going to continue. 8 pitches already delivered to Tyler Austin. And the 9th one about to come here again, and which one will be the decider? So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first, Mackey, 2 gone here in the first. Zamano gets the sign to his left-hander, Ozeki. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball misses down. It's going to be ball 4. So after retiring the first 2 batters of the inning, he has hit Mackey and now has issued a walk to Austin. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Mike Ford. And you don't see this certainly in Major League Baseball. You got Mike Ford coming to the plate. Gets his first start of the series, and it's against the left-hander. North America, he would probably be so deep on the bench, he wouldn't know how to find the bat rack. So he is stepping to the plate. He is 1 for 2 in the Japan series. He had himself a hit in last night's ball game, a double. Big burly first baseman waiting here on the offering. Our friend Tudo in the house tonight. There's a first pitch breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. Ford really only had 20 at-bats in the regular season for Yokohama. Joined them. It was a late addition. So if I had to have one gripe about the NPB is sometimes the import players that they bring in are late additions to the roster. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike. Count is 1-1. Major League Baseball years ago, it used to be that September 1st was the magic deadline, at least when the old trade deadline existed and the waiver wires. You had to be on the roster by September 1st to qualify for the playoffs. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Ford. But only 20 at-bats, and here he is being used in the playoffs. There was a fella for the Buffaloes a couple years ago who would come over from the Dodgers organization. I can't remember, was it Randhell or was the last name? And it was the same sort of idea. He had only played maybe a couple of games, and he was right into the playoffs. There's a breaking ball that just misses outside. Oh, Ford did 180. I think he felt very fortunate there. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the runner at second is Mackey. Runner at first, Austin. 2 gone here on the top of the first inning. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mike Ford. 26 pitches already delivered here by Ozeki in inning number 1. As he works himself set. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses outside. Again, another disciplined piece of batting here by the American. 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Ford. I have to say the home plate umpire not giving the home team much of the benefit here yet, as the pitcher did not like that call. You could tell with some rare emotion coming from the Japanese lefty. Here's the 3-2. Breaking ball swung on and tap foul behind home plate, and the count remains at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Ford. Waiting on deck is Toshiro Miyazaki. Should Ford be able to reach base here? And establishing his lead at second base, Mackey. The runner at first, Austin. They'll be on the move once the pitcher delivers to the plate. Here is the offering. Breaking ball swung on, grounded over to the right side, fielded by Yamakawa. He's going to take it himself, and he is going to make the play. That's going to go as a ground out to 3 for the third out of the inning. Well, the BayStars threaten with 2 out, but they don't score. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and 2 left aboard. We're through a half inning. It is the Yokohama DeNA BayStars, no score. And the Fukuoka Softbank Hawks coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after some of these. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom half of the first inning, and coming to bat for the Hawks will be Sasagawa, Yanagita, and Kurihara. We're coming in earlier today, and we were saying about Major League Baseball and their game is in the World Series at a lot slower pace than what we were witnessing throughout the regular season, and that too also goes for the Nippon Series. We generally have our timing with our little musical timeout here for everybody, and every time we do it, we are a little bit behind here, or not behind, we're actually having to wait as the first pitch from Andre Jackson to Sasagawa's fastball, it swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. Just the timing in between innings is just a little bit longer, where it's usually about a minute and 20 seconds, minute and a half, we find during the regular season, as that fastball swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-2 to Sasagawa. Sasagawa was 1 for 3 in last night's ball game. A surprise starter for us. He was hitting in the 9-hole. He did have a base hit, but he got thrust up into the leadoff spot here tonight. He takes a fastball over for a called third strike. Stood there like the house by the side of the road. He watched it go by for out number 1, and Andre Jackson's got his first strikeout of the night. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Yuki Yanagita. I have to say, Andre Jackson in the first game of the playoffs, or the Japan series, I should say, he worked 4 2/3 innings. He'd struck out 9. The criticism was he had walked 5, although there was a couple intentional walks. First pitch fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1, including a key free pass issued to Takuya Kai, which eventually led to Kohei Arihara delivering a RBI or 2 RBI single. As there is a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Yanagita. Our friend Daniel in here says, nowhere I can watch this game in North America. As there is a fastball swung and missed, as we said, by Yanagita. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 0-2. There's different ways that you can try to do it, Daniel, and that would be one of the ways would go back into our old streams. If you're a newcomer, you could have been listening through the season. We give out all kinds of stuff. I'll follow up with that a little bit there. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and that's the second strikeout here for Jackson. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Ryoya Kurihara. Certainly one of the things that you want to try to do is have a VPN. It is on Asahi TV, so you can get that, but your probably best bet is to get yourself a VPN, and then that way there you can pretty much pull anything up all over the world, especially if you set the settings to Japan in particular. First pitch fastball that's missed inside, and the count is 1-0. Kurihara on the playoffs, he's 5 for 14. He has got no homers and 1 RBI. Our friend Boo asks, who do you think is going to win, as that split finger pitch is swung on and missed, and the count goes even to 1-1. Well, we threw our prediction down tonight. I think Fukuoka is going to win this game tonight. It'll be the first time that the home team will get a victory, and then they'll go back to Yokohama, and that's where the BayStars are going to tie it up. I can see this going easily 7 games. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away straight back, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Kurihara. So those are the first things in particular with regards to where you can go and find some of the streams. And then there are some folks that will come in. There's another one, Live QQ, but that's been unreliable. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and Jackson has struck out the side here in the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're now through 1 complete. Your score is Fukuoka 0 and Yokohama 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the top of the second in just a few. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Be right back after this. We got ourselves a 0-0 game as we're going to the top of the second. We'll be back in just a few.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred with Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. We'll be back in 30 seconds, everybody, for inning number 2. Hang tight after this musical timeout. Welcome back to everybody. We are moving to the top of the second inning. It's going to be Miyazaki, Satsugo, and Tobashira to come to bat. Our friend Javon Taylor says, who y'all got? Well, in this one here, we certainly have, as we mentioned before and a couple of times, that we're picking the Hawks to win this one here tonight. Miyazaki stepping to the plate. He takes a first pitch fastball from Ozeki for ball one. The count is 1-0. In the first inning, the lefty for the Hawks, he issued 29 pitches, not very effective by any means. So I'll be curious to see how long he stays in the ballgame. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And the count is 1-1. Our friend Daniel says, any gamblers in here? Yeah, you know what? It's the middle of the night on a Thursday or early Thursday morning in North America, depending upon where you're at. We have all kinds of folks that come in. So usually through the night, as the East Coast starts waking up, there's a breaking ball missing inside. The count is 2-1. That usually becomes the theme of the chat, baseball and people playing the over-unders or the first 5 or all kinds of different stuff. As the lefty delivers a breaking ball that misses outside, it's now 3-1 to Miyazaki. I'm a little surprised that we have 8 people in here already here at this time of the morning, which is great. As the morning will progress, the crowd will pick up as the game moves along, as has been the case in the others. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 3-2. I hope I said Daniel's last name. I think it's Jew, or maybe it's Goo. I'm not sure. But regardless, we're glad you're with us. Here comes the 3-2 pitch as the lefty rocks into the windup and delivers. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right center field. This ball could be trouble. Racing hard is Shuto. He's unable to make the catch as he dives. Ball's going to get to the ground, and cruising into second base with a double is Miyazaki. And that is a leadoff double here for the BayStars. They had Miyazaki played more as a pull hitter, the right-handed stick. They were shading him to left center field. Shuto had to come a long way to try to get it, and as he dove, he was unable to make the catch. We got a look at the replay. And truthfully speaking, the way that Shuto has played in center field, I have to say that as far as I'm concerned, that's a ball that should have been had. I think if you ask Shuto, he'll probably say the same thing as well. But it is a leadoff double here for Miyazaki, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Yoshi Satsugo. And for Satsugo, he is 2 for 14 in the series. No homers and 1 RBI. As the lefty leans in, gets the sign from his catcher, Omeno, and now he's ready to go to work. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses inside. The count is 1-0. Our friend Daniel said there's no more MLB or KBO. All that's left is the NPB. That is for sure. And there's at least tonight and one more game to play. And I just have this feeling tonight that if you guys don't have your coffee ready or your tea or your hot chocolate, whatever it is that you're throwing down, as there's a fastball that misses, or sorry, check that. Fouled off there. I didn't see the ball checked away. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Satsugo. If you do not have your coffee or your caffeine hit. Maybe it's Coke or whatever it is that you drink. I just get the feeling we're going to be here for a very long while tonight. So 1 ball and 1 strike as the lefty kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. Count is now 2-1 to Setsugo. We were telling the story a little bit last night when Setsugo was playing with the Tampa Bay Rays. They didn't use him against the Dodgers much in the World Series because they felt that he didn't hit pitching above 95 miles an hour very well. There's a breaking ball swung on, grounded over to first. He's going to do the job by advancing the runner as Yamakawa fields it. He steps on the bag. That's going to go as a ground out to 3 for the first out of the inning. Miyazaki's going to advance to third. That's going to bring up the catcher, Tobashira, up to the plate with a runner at third and 1 gone. But just to finish off there with Setsugo, they were saying that anybody who threw 95 or above, Setsugo was not going to face because they hit about 100 points lower than anybody who was throwing below 95. Just the velocity and the speed of the fastball, he wasn't able to catch up. So Tobashira at the plate. He's 2 for 13 in the Japan series. Left-hander against the left-hander. Ozeki ready to deliver. And it's a fastball that catches the inside corner for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. I have to tell you, it is probably his defensive skills that keep him behind the plate, because some of the at-bats that Tobashira has had here in the Japan series that we've seen are a lot to be desired. Last night he had an opportunity with runners in scoring position, and he popped out on the first pitch he saw. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2. Infield is in here for the Hawks as they're trying to cut the runoff at the plate with 1 gone. And Tobashira here is going to get the bat to the ball in some capacity. As the lefty Ozeki ready to deliver, there's a fastball swung on. This one's popped up over on the first base side, drifting over, but he's going to watch it go into the steets as the first baseman Yamakawa is going to keep the count at 0-2. 0 balls and 2 strikes it is. And we will be back on the airwaves again for the Saturday game. So if you're in the neighborhood, be sure to check us out again. And just as our friend Daniel said, there's not much baseball left. And those are facts. And we'll be wrapping it up as well as over the next week or so. And then on to 2025. There's a breaking ball that's waved at and missed. The hitter, Tobashira, threw the bat at the ball, tried to do anything just to make contact. The bat went further than the ball because it ended up past the pitcher's mound. But he's down on strikes for the second out of the inning, and it's going to leave it all up to the shortstop, Kaito Mori. He threw the bat at the ball. The ball was almost in the other batter's box as it was on its way toward the second baseman, Taisi Makihara. So 2 gone here. The infield is moved back into normal depth. Runner at third is Miyazaki as Mori steps to the plate. He is 4 for 14 in the Japan series. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Top of the second inning here. Score is locked at zeros. The BayStars are threatening with the runner here at third and 2 gone. As the 1-0 on the way here from Ozeki is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Left-hander against the left-hander. Ozeki ready to go back to work again. Here comes the pitch. Kicks and fires. Breaking ball drops in for a called strike. The count now goes to 2-1. He's certainly not been economical tonight with his pitches. That is for certain. Especially at first inning where Tyler Austin and Mike Ford really worked them over. So here comes the 2-1. Ozeki delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down. And the count now goes to 3-1. Daniel says, do I live in Japan? I don't live in Japan, no, but we do get to Japan quite a bit over the last few years. And he says, how are we watching this game? I gave you some hints there. It's on Asahi TV. I don't live in the States either. So there's a fastball swung on, and it's going to be lifted foul into the seats over on the third base side. So depending upon where you're at globally will dictate a little bit what you have at your advantage. But the best thing that you could do is to get yourself a VPN, and then you can dial yourself in. The games are not in English, but a lot of people try to sync it up. The other option is live QQ that sometimes people get into, but it's not been a reliable feed throughout the playoffs. And then you have to navigate through the Chinese. Fastball misses upstairs. They appeal to the third base umpire, but they say that Mori didn't go. That's going to be a walk, and it's going to bring up the top of the order, Masayuki Kuwahara. So Kuwahara coming to the plate with runners on the corners and 2 gone. The way this game is going here, you got to think that the bullpen's going to be on high alert here for Fukuoka. You definitely don't want to get this game or let this game run away on you early. 49 pitches already here in the second inning for the lefty Ozeki. And with a day off tomorrow, they'll have an opportunity to rest the bullpen. So we'll have to see what the strategy is in store for the manager, Kokubo. So Ozeki ready to go back to work. Digging in is Kuwahara. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded to the shortstop his first time up. As the pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is quickly 1-0. Our friend Kai Whip says, where can I find the regular season complete stats for NPB in English format? The best thing to do is go right to the NPB website. The NPB website, it gives you an English option that you can pull down, and then it gives you all the statistics there. Regular season for both the farm and also for the NPB itself. Breaking ball misses down. It's now 2-0 to Kuwahara. Well, I got to say that the bullpen needs to be stretching out pretty quick here. Ozeki in the hole here at 2 balls and no strikes. If he could navigate through this is back-to-back innings that he's got himself into some trouble. In the first inning, he got the first 2 outs, then he hit a batter, walked the batter, and finally was able to induce a ground out. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses low. It's now 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes to Kuwahara. Concern here, if you are a Fukuoka fan, is this game could get away on everybody in a hurry here, especially with the way that the BayStars have been able to put runs up in the game late. Here, if they can get to them early, doesn't bode well. Here comes the 3-0. Fastball misses inside, almost hits Kuwahara. That's going to be ball 4. And finally, we're going to get a trip to the mound here as the pitching coach is on his way out. And one would have to think that they better get that call to the bullpen going quickly. Runner at third is Miyazaki. Runner at second, Mori. Runner at first, Kuwahara. And it's going to bring Koki Kajiwara to the plate. Kajiwara struck out on 3 pitches his first time up against Ozeki. Finally, there is action in the bullpen. It is another left-hander up and throwing. And it looks like it's Haru Matsumoto, if we got the number correct. Matsumoto, we saw him earlier in the series. That's the one thing that is a bit of concerning for me. Then I was thinking about the Hawks the other day, especially the back end of the bullpen. Fuji, Matsumoto, and Osuna. And we saw Osuna get roughed up in the first game of the series. But I was thinking about how they use their bullpen, Fukuoka has, and kind of makes you wonder here if they're a little bit on the thin side at the back end. There's a first pitch breaking ball swung on and lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats over on the third base side. The count is quickly 0-1. I say that throughout the course of the season, there was one stretch that the Fukuoka bullpen was just locked down. Those back three arms that I mentioned, anything with a lead, you get past the sixth inning and it was lights out. Well, it hasn't been lights out in the latter part of the season, nor has it been here in the playoffs. It's a little bit of nail-biting times. There's a fastball swung on, another one lifted foul. And the count is no balls and 2 strikes to Kajiwara. So back to Kai's question, as you said, the regular season complete stats for them. But it's not the thing I don't like about the NPB website is they're not sortable. You've got the players and you've able to look at the numbers across the board, but the problem is you can't sort the stuff. You can't pick out the leaders. You got to do it almost manually by vision. Fastball misses outside. The count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Left-hander again gets the sign. Ozeki works himself to the set. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. It's on its way. Fastball, another one swung on, and another one fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. And the battle will continue here. 57 pitches here for the lefty Ozeki. If he can escape here and maybe get through another inning or two, the Hawks will have dodged a bullet. So here comes the offering from the lefty. Working to the set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on, grounded softly over to short. Fielded by Imamiya. He flips it to the second baseman, Makihara, covering, and that is going to do it. Kuwahara is erased on a fielder's choice. 6-4 for the third out of the inning, and the Fukuoka Ball Club has dodged a bullet. There was no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors, and there were 3 runners left aboard. Your score as we move to the bottom of the second inning, it is the BayStars nothing and the Hawks nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call of inning number 2 at the bottom half when we return after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. It is the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Hotaka Yamakawa to lead it off here, and he swings at the first pitch and pops it up into shallow right field. Moving back on it is the second baseman, Shugomaki. And with one pitch, we have one away, and that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Kensuke Kondo. Stuck in Motion asks, does this stream actually show the game? If we showed the game, we would be pretty much terminated out of YouTube. We are giving you the live commentary. It'll be your spot to have to get the feeds. All the games that you can watch are generally in Japanese, and a lot of people will sync the feed to it if they can't get the feed themselves. The first pitch to Kondo was a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Kondo 3 for 7 in the series. He's got no homers and 1 run driven in. Been getting the start as the designated hitter the last couple of games. Pitches a breaking ball that misses up and in, and the count goes to 1-1. T-Mac 1 says, any recs for a VPN? Well, if you have McAfee antivirus for your computer, if that's something that you have, you can actually get a VPN through them. And if it may come with your package, there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-2. I'm not sure if Norton provides something like that, but sometimes the antivirus software will do stuff like that for you. There are other VPNs that are out there, and I have to admit, I really don't know that area all that well. There's a fastball that misses inside. The count goes to 2-2 on Kondo. Andre Jackson, unlike the pitcher Ozeki, he had 11 pitches in the first inning. Very economical with his work. 11 pitches to strike out all 3 that he faced in inning number 1. As the pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball waved at and missed. And that is going to retire Kondo. So that's the 4th strikeout here already for Jackson. He's picking up where he left off in the first game of the Japan series. So 2 in the books. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Kenta Imamiya. As I mentioned, there's another channel that's out there, Live QQ. You have to Google it. You got all kinds of sports. The problem is it's all in Chinese. The other problem is it's not been reliable for the Japan series. So that is the issue. Asahi TV in Japan is carrying this one tonight. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and Imamiya is in the hole at 0-1. Imamiya 5 for 16 on the series, no homers and a couple RBIs. The other piece is that there's like 3 or 4 different companies that are carrying each game of the series. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. TBS carried the first 2, and it was Fuji TV carried, I think, game 3. It's Asahi. I think it's Asahi tonight. It's got this one. There's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count goes to 1-2. When I think of the North American networks, and you think of Fox, or you think of TBS, or you think of whoever is carrying it, they'll usually carry the entire series. They don't necessarily go one game here, one game there. Different networks will carry different things. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. Fastball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2 to Imamiya. So that is the frustrating part, is being able to get the reliable feed. I know when I was in Japan in 2023, I was talking to somebody at the Tokyo Dome who worked for the Giants. I was interested in wanting to find out, the Giants have their own sort of, I want to say their own TV. Fastball that misses down and away, and the count's now 2-2 to Imamiya. I said, how can I subscribe? How can I buy it? And they were laughing, and they said, because you're not in Japan, it wasn't available. And I said, well, there are people that are outside that would want to watch it, but unfortunately, you're not providing it. And if they did, I think everybody in the stream would pay $1 or $2 to watch a game. Fastball swung on. This ball is lined into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And that's going to be the first hit here for the Hawks, as Kenta Imamiya has himself a 2-out single. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Taisi Makihara. When you think of it, it's like buying music. People are paying 99 cents or 69 cents or $1.24, whatever it might be for music. If everybody was paying $1 or $2 for a game, I'm sure there'd be a pile of people would queue up, and it would probably take the piracy down to nothing. Because what's $1? So Imamiya has established his lead over at first base. Makihara striding to the plate. He's 3 for 9 in the series. As the right-hander works to the set, now delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is quickly 1-0. Unlike last night's game that started off at a rapid pace, this one here is kind of got off to a snail's pace. We're not quite 2 full innings in, and we're almost an hour deep. So as I said at the top of the stream, I just had the feeling, get the coffee, the tea, or the beer ready. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away right off of Makihara, and the count goes to 1-1. Just have the feeling that there's going to be a lot of baseball here tonight. And on top of it, I wouldn't bat an eye if we saw extra innings. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Makihara as he bats from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Jackson. And Jackson fires over to first base, and diving back in time is the runner Imamiya. Jackson again kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is chopped almost through the 4-hole. Mackey fields it, and he throws back to second base, and making it safely there is Imamiya. He had to go deep into the 4-hole. He dove to make the play. I'm not really sure why he threw back towards second, unless he thought that maybe Imamiya was going to overrun the bag and maybe he had no chance at Makihara. But what a great play just to get to the ball. And I have to say, if he doesn't get to the ball, Imamiya probably goes first to third. But a nice play there by the second baseman, Shugo Maki. That's going to go as an infield single for Makihara. That puts runners at first and second with 2 out, and it brings up the catcher, Takashi Umino. And for Umino, he has making his Japan Series debut here tonight as he gets the start in replacement of Takuya Kai. And the first pitch is a fastball that swung through and missed. The pitch was at 95 miles an hour. Count is 0-1 to Umino. So no balls and 1 strike. Waggling the bat here is the right-handed hitting catcher of the Hawks. Here comes the 0-1. Jackson kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count runs even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Hawks in their traditional white uniforms again, as they have the black piping down the sides. Actually, check that. The yellow piping down the side tonight, a little different on their pants. As that fastball misses upstairs, it's now 2-1. The BayStars are wearing their blue tops with the white pants. I have to say, I really like this BayStar uniform, this top. Although I'm not necessarily truly fond of the sort of the running lines through the uniform. And in some ways, it's got like a soccer feel to it. Here comes the 2-1. It's a fastball swung on and lifted foul. The count now goes to 2-2. Waiting on deck is Yukio Shudo. In the event that Umino was able to get himself on here. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to the catcher of the Hawks, and the pitch on the way. Fastball, take it for a called 3rd strike. Oh, Umino stood there like the house by the side of the road. He watched it go by for out number 3, and that is going to do it here for the Hawks in their half of the 2nd inning. 5 strikeouts now here for Jackson. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left aboard. Through 2 complete, your score is the BayStars nothing and the Hawks nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the top of the 3rd in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Be right back after these. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving ourselves to the top of the third inning. It'll be Shugo Maki, Tyler Austin, and Mike Ford to come to bat here, as they will be facing, still scheduled to face the left-hander Tomohisa Ozeki. Ozeki really struggled through his first 2 innings of work, as he had been up around 60 pitches. We'll get you the exact count here in just a moment. They did have action in the bullpen, and we'll see exactly where that will stand. I would think they're going to try to milk him for as many pitches as they possibly could. Got a series of right-handers to come to bat here. Maki was hit by a pitch his first time up. 58 pitches through the first 2 innings for Ozeki, and Maki takes a breaking ball for a called strike. You might feel a little bit of snake bitten there on that one. That pitch was a little bit up in the zone. As the 0-1 on the way, it is a fastball swung on. It is going to be golfed into center field for a base hit as it lands in front of Yukio Shudo. So Maki is aboard with a leadoff single. And that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Tyler Austin. Well, for Austin, he walked his first time up tonight. He's 5 for 9 in the series. He's got a homer and a couple RBIs. Shugo Maki making his presence felt on the defensive side in the last half inning, and now he has been aboard for the second time here tonight. He's got himself a healthy lead over at first base. He's got 1 foot on the turf and 1 foot on the dirt. The first pitch to Austin's a breaking ball that's down. Nice stop there by Umeno. Ball and no strikes to Austin. Austin really battled Ozeki the first time up before he walked. He had a 9-pitch at bat his first time up. Austin digs himself in. As the lefty ready to go back to work. Here comes the pitch. Ozeki instead throws over to first base. A bit of a token toss as Maki easily gets back to the bag. As we mentioned, we'll be back on the airwaves again on Saturday for the ball game as well. So if you're around and you want to join us, hopefully you can. Usually the weekend crowds are a little bit more vibrant because people don't have to work the next day as that fastball misses down and in. 2 balls and no strikes to Austin. Ozeki's kind of like a cat right now who's got 9 lives, but I think the lives are starting to run dry. Maki again with that healthy lead at first base. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball drops in for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. We're in the top of the third inning. The BayStars and the Hawks locked at zeros. And here comes the 2-1 to Tyler Austin. Ozeki delivers. Breaking ball swung on and lifted foul into the seats over on the first base side. The count now goes to 2-2. Chuck came in and asked the question, where can I watch? Well, Chuck, if you hit the reverse and go back about a full inning, approximately to the second inning, and we went through a whole spiel there of how to be able to do it, but you're about an inning behind. You can always do that on the reverse. Here comes the 2-2. Fastball swung on. This ball's belted into deep left field. This ball could be trouble. Backing up onto the warning track and making the grab is the left fielder Sasagawa, and returning back to first base is Maki. Tyler Austin did not miss that by much. And he is going to be gone for the first out of the inning. So 1 away here, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Mike Ford. He absolutely put a charge into that ball, but it looks like he just got it off the end of the bat. And it just stayed in the yard. Right to the warning track it went. So 1 gone here, and that brings Ford to the plate, who is 0 for 1 in this one. As Austin walks back, he's looking at his bat. Let's see where the ball had struck it. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and lifted foul into the seats, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Mike Ford. Ford getting the start tonight. had an extra base hit in last night's ball game. He was 1 for 2 entering the gameplay tonight. He is 0 for 1 as he grounded out to end the first inning. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded through the 4-hole into right field, and Ford has got himself a base hit. So a couple of singles sandwiched that fly out by Tyler Austin, and we've got runners at first and second. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Toshiro Miyazaki, to the plate. And it's going to bring the pitching coach back out to the mound again for the Hawks. I'm going to talk about how they're going to face Miyazaki. Miyazaki is 1 for 1 tonight. He had a double his first trip up. He is 3 for 15 in the series. He had a home run in last night's affair. And it is Matsumoto who is up throwing again in the bullpen for Fukuoka. This one time he looks like he's got a little bit more intent. It is Haru Matsumoto who is throwing. As we mentioned before, there's Yuki Matsumoto who they would turn to in situations late in the ball game, but I don't know if he's on the 40-man roster. I'm going to have to take a look. They have 40 men that they can choose from for the series. So Miyazaki standing in. The first pitch on the way is a fastball that comes up and in, almost hits him. 1 ball and no strikes to the third baseman of the BayStars. Left-hander against the right-hander. It's not going to get any easier. The veteran lineup here of the BayStars, it's a pretty solid lineup. There's a breaking ball missing down, and the count is 2-0 as Yoshi Satsugo waits his turn on deck. I'll tell you, if Ozeki can get out of this inning here, it's like he's living with 9 lives that are almost expired. Mackey at second, Ford at first. 2 balls and no strikes to Miyazaki. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 2-1. That was pitch number 70 of the ball game so far here. Hawks trying to wiggle themselves out of trouble. So far in the first 2 innings, Yokohama has left 5 runners on base. Threatening again here. Pitch is a fastball swung on. It is belted foul down the right field line, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Miyazaki. Lefty Ozeki ready to go back to work again. As he goes back to the rosin bag with a new baseball, and he's ready to go again. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Lefty gets his sign from Amano. Here comes the offering. Kicks and fires. Fastball swung on. This one's belted down the left field line, foul. Oh, Miyazaki absolutely obliterated it, but he hooked it foul by about 50 feet. Count remains at 2-2. He definitely got the barrel head out on that one. That was way too good a pitch. Gonna have to be delicate here with the third baseman of the BayStars. They've got some bats in this lineup, does Yokohama. And here comes the 2-2 again from Ozeki. Kicks and fires. Breaking ball swung on. Another one lifted foul. This one into the seats behind the first base side of home plate. Count remains at 2-2. I have to tell you, the one thing about the crowd in Fukuoka, it's for their team, at least tonight, it's not as they're not as into it. I just don't know why that seems to be. Maybe it's because of their run in the playoffs in the last few years. Fastball misses down and in. It's now 3-2. Yokohama fans have made their presence felt with the traveling roadshow over the last couple of games. Makes you wonder if it's really provided the Hawks a home field advantage the way that their crowd has been. They also said in the first game of the series there were empty seats. Now, I don't know if that it is all sold out, but I don't know if there were people that just chose not to go. There was a lot of missing people. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, popped up in the infield. It is in foul territory, moving over underneath it. And making the catch is Yamakawa, and that's going to retire Miyazaki. He's going to be gone for the second out of the inning. I have to tell you, that pitch was up in the zone. I think he wanted that one back. That probably was ball 4 what he swung at. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Yoshi Satsugo. Well, for Satsugo, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded out to the first baseman his first time up. 2 for 15 in the Japan series. And I'd be shocked if Ozeki was able to come out for another inning. If he can get through this one here, he has definitely pulled a Houdini act. 75 pitches so far for the lefty. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Satsugo, the veteran, the 32-year-old, made his way back to Japan. He had tried with a number of teams. After he left Tampa Bay, he had bounced around to a lot of organizations. He was with the Dodgers, the Pirates. His fastball misses inside, and the count goes to 1-1. He was also with the Blue Jays in San Francisco, but not able to get himself a regular job in Major League Baseball and ended up back in Japan. He could play first. He could play third. He also plays the outfield, which is where he's at tonight. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-2. But the reality of it is that Satsugo is not the fleetest of foot. And so when we watched the game the other night, you could see that he was a quick defensive replacement. He's probably more built for first or third. But with Miyazaki at third and Tyler Austin at first, he's probably their best option of those in the outfield. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on. This was chopped over the head of the second baseman into right field. That's going to get a run in. Here comes the throw back into second, and diving back in is the runner, Mike Ford, as they threw behind him. So that's going to be an RBI single here for Satsugo. Coming in to score is Shugomaki with the first run of the ball game. The BayStars have taken a 1-0 lead, and that is going to bring the manager out of the Hawks dugout, as he has seen enough. So an RBI single here for Satsugo. Ford stops at second. Hawks have a conference on the mound. We're going to take a little time out here, as this game here has got a score now. 1-0 for Yokohama. We'll be back in about 30 seconds. We'll give you the update as far as who is coming in and who is heading out. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Sam Nang Lin has come in and stated his favorite, and he says, let's go BayStars. Well, the BayStars are certainly starting to put some things together. They finally cashed in a run. It seemed like it was only going to be a matter of time as Ozeki just couldn't keep the door closed. He was into almost 80 pitches by the time Setsugo had drove in that first run of the ball game. Runners are at first and second here. The pitching change is taking place. We assume it is going to be the left-hander Haru Matsumoto who would be coming in. He was the only one that was heating up in the bullpen. Our friend Javon Taylor says, also, let's go BayStars. Well, we got some BayStar fans in the house here tonight. It's good to see. Normally through the season, the majority of our games that we do like to call are from the Pacific League. So we are more familiar with the Hawks than we are the BayStars lineup. And it is a treat to watch the BayStars. Got a chance to see them play last year live when I was in Japan. It was Shota Imanaga who was actually on the mound at the time for the BayStars, as I got a chance to see him pitch. And the first pitch delivered to Tobashira is a fastball swung on and fouled way down the right field line, and the count is 0-1. It is Haru Matsumoto on in relief here. Runners at first and second with 2 gone. He comes into a sticky situation. Left-hander is going to have to steady the ship here for the Fukuoka Ball Club. Here comes the pitch. 0-1 on the way. Another fastball swung on. This ball's lined into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. But station-to-station baseball for the BayStars as Mike Ford does not run particularly well. He's going to stop at third. Setsugo stops at second. Tobashira has got himself a hit, his third of the series, and that is going to bring up the shortstop, Kaito Mori. So right now it is all BayStars offensively, but they've only got the 1 run to show for it. And I say that because they left 5 runners on base in the first 2 innings. They've got the bases loaded here. They've cashed 1 in. They really need to put a crooked number up on the board here if they're going to want to try to run away with this one. So Mori stepping up to the plate here. He walked his first time up. He is 4 for 14 in the series, batting .286 as the lefty kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Our friend Sam Nang Lim says they pronounced his name perfectly. Well, that's great. What else can we do? Well, we can't do cartwheels, I can tell you that. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball swung on and lifted into the seats down the left field line, and the count now goes to 0-2. And certainly juggling is not on our books either as well. So we're glad you could make it in here, Sam Nang, and we appreciate everybody else who is in here as well. As Marissa Hubbard says, let's go Hawks. Well, there is she staking her claim for the Pacific League. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to short. Emamiya fields it. He flips it to the second baseman covering, and that is going to do it as the BayStars threat is been put out as it erases Tobashira on a fielder's choice, 6-4 for the third out of the inning. They got a run in the inning. There was 1 run on the benefit of 4 hits. There was no errors and 3 runners left aboard. They have left a total of 8 through the first 3 innings. How the BayStars are moving to the bottom of the third inning. Your score is Yokohama 1 and the Hawks no score. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back in just a few.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving ourselves to the bottom half of the third inning. It'll be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters to come to bat for the Hawks. That means Shuto. And then it is going to be Sasagawa and Yanagita to face the right-hander Andre Jackson. 1-0 lead here for the BayStars as we move to the last half of the third. My thoughts tonight as we entered this game, and I'm staying with it, I think the Hawks are going to win tonight, taking it back to Game 6 to Yokohama, where I do think the BayStars are going to win the next game. As there's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0, which would set up a Sunday classic between these two teams for Game 7. As the right-hander Jackson works himself to the set position, even though there's nobody on base, he works from the stretch. Fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 1-1. We see that more and more with pitchers, not just in Japan, but also in North America. Nobody on base working out of the stretch. It's sometimes a lot easier for pitchers, less moving parts. As the 1-1 is on the way, there's a fastball swung on. It's sliced down the left field line. It's going to reach the seats, and the count now goes to 1-2. Our friend Dr. Brick says he needs the Hawks for a series and a monster parlay. I saw somebody who had a bet on a parlay, 5-leg parlay. There's a fastball that misses down and in. The count's 2-2. On the North American betting end of things, they had the Yukon Huskies to win the national championship for basketball, which they picked off. They took the Boston Celtics to win the NBA championship. They nailed that one. As the 2-2 is on the way. Fastball swung on, it is grounded through the 4-hole into right field, and Yukio Shudo's aboard with a single. And that is going to be his 6th hit of the series. So he's got himself a leadoff single, and that is going to bring up the top of the order in Yoshiyasu Sasagawa. Just finish off with that little parlay story, and then the Florida Panthers were picked. And the fella, I didn't see the update, but he had the Dodgers to win, and of course they won last night. So there was the picks that he had taken so far, but he has one other pick on it, and it is the New York Jets to win the Super Bowl, and I don't think that's going to happen in this decade. So he's probably going to have to cash that out and take what he gets, which will be a pretty good sum. As they throw to first base and diving back in time is Shudo. Yeah, Javon said he saw that parlay. He went with the Jets. Yeah, it was interesting. So I think at the time when it was 3-0 for the Dodgers, they could have cashed out for $4,000. Now that the Dodgers won, I don't know what that's going to take him up to, but whatever it is, he can cash out on that. Because the Jets winning the Super Bowl, it would be like me flying to the moon after this game tonight. Probably never going to happen. Breaking ball that is waved out and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Sasagawa. Sasagawa struck out looking his first time up tonight. He was 1 for 3 entering the fray this evening. Shudo looks like he is ready to get off to the races. He's got 1 foot on the turf. Fastball swung on, and this is lifted foul into the seats, and the count goes to 1-2. A little surprised that they didn't put Shudo in motion, and if you're not going to put Shudo in motion, bunt him over to second base. Get him into a scoring position, because you got the top of the order here. You got Yanagita and Kurihara coming up. You would have to think that one of those should probably be able to bang him home. And they throw again over to first base, and again diving back is the runner Shudo. Friend Elvin Pena says, "Let's go Hawks." Welcome, Elvin. So we got a couple of people in here cheering for the Hawks, a couple of people in here cheering for the BayStars. As the right-hander Jackson steps off the backside of the rubber, and he's going to cycle through the signs again with his catcher Otobashira. I was saying last year I was at Yokohama for the game against the Hiroshima Carp and got a chance to see Shota Imanaga pitch. Unfortunately, it was not a great day for Imanaga as he got beat up in that ball game. As they throw over to first base, and again diving back in time is Shudo. I kind of like the ballpark in Yokohama too. It was a rainy sort of evening. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right center field, but underneath it, with plenty of room to make the catch is the right fielder Kajiwara. That is going to retire Sasagawa for the first out of the inning. Retreating back to first base is Shudo, and that'll bring up the right fielder Yuki Yanagita. Yanagita tonight 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. He's 6 for 18 in the series. But again, the same thing as I just mentioned. I don't understand why they didn't bunt in that situation if they weren't going to steal Shudo over. Now I would have to think you're going to put Shudo in motion at some point here. Here comes the first pitch to Yanagita. There goes the runner. Throw down to second base, and it's not in time as Shudo reaches safely. So a stolen base here for Shudo. That's going to be his first of the Japan series. I didn't get a chance to see if that was a ball or a strike to Yanagita, but he had a pretty good jump. And boy, he can motor, that is for certain. Nice piece of base running there. Good slide into the base as well. So now he's in scoring position as Shudo. It was a ball on the first pitch to Yanagita. Here comes the 1-0. Pitch on the way. Split finger swung on and missed, and the count goes to 1-1. And, I got to say, if the Hawks were able to tie this game up here, they basically done it with very minimal effort, whereas the BayStars have the one run, but we mentioned that they have left 8 runners on base in the first 3 innings. They've had runners all over the base paths. That's got to frustrate you. You've got chances to be able to score runs to possibly even bury the Hawks early, and you let them off the hook. Here comes the 1-1. Fastball swung on, hit on the line right to Mike Ford at first, who makes a great catch. Picked it off of his shoe tops. Yanagita hit the ball right on the screws. He's going to be gone for the second out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Ryoya Kurihara. So that brings Kurihara to the plate, who is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Our friend Elvin says Jackson is mid at best. Yeah, I would probably say that in this particular ball game here, I think Jackson, if he can get you through 5 innings safely here or navigate through 5, and they turn it over to the bullpen, there's a chance Yokohama could close it out here tonight. But he's been pretty good here so far in this one. 5 strikeouts in 2 2/3 innings of work. Shudo again establishes his lead at second base. Here comes the offering to Kurihara, as the left-handed hitting third baseman waggles the bat. Pitch on the way. Split finger pitch swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. As we mentioned, we'll be back on the airwaves again on Saturday for the 6th game of this series, and then who knows after that? That could be the final game, or we could be in for more. And there's a pitch that just misses off the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-1 on Kurihara. 2 gone here in the third. Runner at second is Shudo. This is the first time tonight, or the first time tonight that the Hawks were able to get their leadoff hitter on. But now they got to try to take advantage of the opportunity. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs. The count goes to 2-1. Saying during the season, there was a college program in the States did a analysis that if you get your leadoff hitter aboard, you've got a 50% chance of scoring the run. You get them to, I think it's to second base with nobody out, that number goes up to about 70%. Hawks might not be able to get their leadoff hitters on, or leadoff batters per inning. Breaking ball misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 3-1 on Kurihara. You certainly don't want to face Otaki Yamakawa with extra ducks on the pond. This is the hitter that you want to go after right here. As the big fella waits his turn on deck. So Kurihara, 3 balls and 1 strike. Shuto, the runner at second, 2 gone here in the third. Pitches a fastball swung on, popped up behind home plate, giving chases the catcher Tobashira, but he's going to watch it drift into the seats. The count now is full to Kurihara. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. As Jackson gets himself a new baseball, he rubs it up. Goes down to the rosin bag, gets a little bit of extra rosin, and we're ready to resume the action. 47 pitches here for the right-hander. Hawks are already into their bullpen as the BayStars were able to chase Ozeki in the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch. That's a fastball swung on and missed. Kurihara's in the books. He's gone for out number 3, and that's going to do it here for the Hawks in their 3rd inning. Well, they threaten, but they don't score. There was no runs in the inning, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left the board. We're now through 3 complete. Your score is Yokohama DeNA BayStars 1. The Fukuoka Softbank Hawks, no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit. Appreciate you all for hanging in here tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Here is our friend Matt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving ourselves to the top of inning number 4. It'll be Kuwahara, Kajiwara, and Maki to come to bat as they are slated to face the left-hander Haru Matsumoto, who had come on in relief. We are moving ourselves into the top half of inning number 4. A little bit behind on our ticker tonight. We have a couple of feeds that go on just in case we lose one or the other, and we're kind of working off of our B feed. So we are a little bit behind in what we are looking at here. But it looks like we are going to have another pitching change. It looks like it's going to be Maeda coming into the ball game. So the Hawks yet again going to the bullpen. This is going to be number 51, Jun Maeda. So our first look at him, as the first pitch from Maeda is on the way. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded up the middle. It is fielded by Imamiya, but there's going to be no play at first base. On the first pitch, he's got a base hit, does Kuwahara, off of Jin Maeda. A single here, and that is going to bring up the right fielder, Koki Kujiwara. The ball, it just missed it went past the glove of the pitcher, and then Imamiya had to get it up the middle, but he had no play at first base. The speed of Kuwahara, as he was able to get down the line, not an issue. So welcome to the Japan Series, Jun. Now, as I was saying before, some of the pitchers that we've witnessed here, like we've seen the Hawks quite a bit throughout the year, but kind of makes you wonder a little bit of what they're doing. There was a first pitch fastball As Fujiwara squared the bunt and he takes it for a called strike. Count is quickly 0-1. Kajiwara is 0 for 2 tonight. He has struck out and bounced into a fielder's choice. Kawahara, the runner at first here. As the lefty works himself to the set position, here's the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count runs even to 1-1. 6 for 18 in the playoffs, or in the Japan series for Kajiwara. Hitting a cool .333. No homers and 1 RBI. He also has a stolen base to his account. And instead, Maeda throws over to first base and getting back in time as the base runner. Curious to see if he's going to be put in motion here. Shugo Maki waiting his turn on deck. There's been all kinds of runners on the base paths here for the BayStars in this one tonight. Fastball misses outside. The count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. This game here definitely is not got a quick pace to it tonight. As mentioned before, keep the coffee handy. There's a ball that is chopped to the left side of the infield. The runner was in motion. Imamiya was moving toward the bag to cover. Then he had to throw on the brakes, and he had to go back to the 6 hole. He fielded the ball, but he has a play to nowhere. It's going to be an infield single here. That's going to put runners at first and second. That's going to bring Shugo Maki to the plate. So the BayStars here are yet threatening again. It's a bit of unfortunate luck here for the Hawks. As we said, Imamiya was moving over towards second to cover the base. Then he had to slam on the brakes. Had to go back into the 6th hole to try to field the ball. But he ended up with a play to nowhere. So that is got runners now at first and second, and Mackey stepping up to the dish. Infield in double play depth. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball hammered foul over on the third base side into the temporary seating, and the count is quickly 0-1. Mackey tonight has been on base twice. He was hit by a pitch. He singled and scored a run. As he bats here against the left-hander Jun Maeda. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field. This ball could be trouble. This ball is going to be gone. A home run. A 3-run shot for Shugo Maki as they have extended their lead over the Hawks. That ball there was absolutely hammered. So a couple of singles, and now the blast by Maki has given the Yokohama DeNA BayStars a 4-0 lead. Unbelievable. You know, it was only a matter of time the way that this game has gone. They were chipping away, and now they have punished Fukuoka and their pitching here for a 4-0 lead. And that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Tyler Austin. Elvin says, well, that's game over. I'm not so sure about that, Elvin. There's still a lot of time left in this game. Yokohama is certainly the favorite, and their offense can be potent. I guess we're going to have to wait and see what Jackson has up his sleeve. The first pitch was a fastball that misses up and into Tyler Austin. But this is an intriguing series. I mean, you think about it, the home team has not won a game yet in the series. And who would have thunk it after Fukuoka won the first 2 in Yokohama? You thought they'd come home and be easy peasy. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. Count is now 1-1. Shugo Maki entering tonight's game was 2 for 17. Tonight he has been on base 3 times. He's 2 for 2 on a hit by pitch tonight. And you can't hold him down forever. He is a pretty explosive offensive talent. Here's the 1-1. Fastball misses inside, and the count is now 2-1 to Austin. Our friend Elvin says the game is over. Well, if I were you, Elvin, I'd go take a nap for a couple innings and then get back up because I don't think this game's over yet. As I say, if I'd be concerned, I think Andre Jackson, I'd be concerned the third time through the order with him. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count's now 2-2. Once he gets through the third time through the order, then, or into the third time through the order, then we'll see how it ends up going for him. But based on his performance in game one of the series, I'd be worried. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted foul. I have to tell you, Jun Maeda pitching here, I don't think that there's anybody that's fooled by any of his stuff so far. Doesn't have a lot of cut, doesn't have a lot of arm side run on his fastball. Funny, they showed the BayStar bench, and when Mackey turned that pitch around, everybody was sort of into the scouting reports on the pitcher. There's a breaking ball that misses down. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Austin. I don't think you need a scouting report, or I don't think that Mackey needed the scouting report. He just gripped it and ripped it. Elvin says, I mean, they haven't won a game at home this series. Yeah, none of the teams. This is crazy. Playing better in the other team's park. There's a fastball swung on it. Is grounded softly up the middle. Makihara fields it, and he's going to throw to first, and they're easily going to get Austin. Austin's still running gingerly with that foot. That's going to go as a ground out 4-3. He's in the books for the first out of the inning. And that is going to bring up the first baseman, Mike Ford. And for Ford tonight, he is 1 for 2. He's got a single in his 2 trips. He was stranded at third in the last inning. He is 2 for 4 in the Japan series. As we said, a little bit of a surprise starter for us tonight. The first pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Kaitasano had been playing first base the last couple of games that we watched, and he is out of the lineup. Ford getting the opportunity. Fastball misses outside, and the count runs even to 1-1. If you just joined us, it's 4-0 for the BayStars. 3-run shot here in the fourth by Shugo Maki. Fastball taken at the knees for called strike. The count now goes to 1-2. BayStars enjoying a 4-0 lead as the lefty Maeda delivers. There's a fastball that just misses low, and the count now goes to 2-2. Our friend Influence is in the house. Our friend God is Great is in the house tonight too, as the lefty Maeda kicks and delivers. Breaking ball just misses outside, and the count now goes full to Ford. Our friend Titus says the Dodgers did awesome tonight. Yeah, you know what? I didn't even get a chance to watch the game, unfortunately. I listened to the last couple innings on the drive home as we were busy working. That is for certain. There is a fastball swung on. It is popped up over on the right side of the infield, but it's going to drift off over into the seats, and the count is going to remain at 3-2 to Ford. Daniel Wynn says that the Hawks are the Yankees and the BayStars are the Dodgers. Well, that's what it's looking like right now. And Influence says, are the BayStars going to run it back? Well, pretty amazing. 2-0 lead for the Hawks going home. You'd think that everything is there. There's a fastball up and in, and he is hit. Mike Ford, oh boy, he's down in a heap. Yeah, it looks like he's going to make his way over to first base. The trainer is out to come and look at him. Let's see where he got plugged there. Looked like it may have caught him on the elbow or on the tricep. We're going to take a peek here. It looks like he's waving everybody off that he's okay. We'll get a look at the replay, but a 3-2 pitch. Fastball rode up and in. Got him at the end of the elbow. Looks like he's got an elbow guard on that right elbow. It just caught him right off the elbow guard. He's very fortunate. He's been hit by the pitch. That is going to bring up the third baseman, Toshiro Miyazaki, with a runner at first and one gone. All smiles is Ford, saying about how he got hit in the elbow guard. He had a conference on the mound there, and that has been broken up by the plate umpire. So if you just joined us, it was a run in the third inning as Shugomaki was driven home by Yoshi Satsugo. That opened up the scoring 1-0. And then after a couple of, I don't want to call chintzy hits, but they weren't exactly blasted off the bats of Kuwahara and Kajiwara, Shugomaki deposited a 3-run shot into the seats, and that is where we stand here with a 4-0 BayStar lead in the fourth inning. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count is quickly 1-0 to Miyazaki. But if you think about the ball game tonight between the Dodgers and the Yankees looked like they were cruising along, and then all of a sudden, they had a drunken inning. Aaron Judge drops a fly ball. Garrett Cole forgets how to cover first base. They make an error. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. And just like that, the Dodgers were able to stick, I think it was a 5 spot on the board. So you never know. Daniel Wynn asking us about some football thoughts. I don't know if there's anybody in the stream on that. There's a breaking ball that misses down. The count is 2-1. Certainly the Jets and the Texans, I don't really care a whole lot about. Texans obviously having some issues with injuries. Our friend Javon says, let's get more runs on the BayStars, or let's get more runs for the BayStars. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball that is swung on and grounded foul just past the bag at third base. That's going to even the count at 2-2. Well, I will say this, Javon, you're not wrong. If you're going to have to pour on a few more runs here. Sometimes you see it. Sometimes you see it when teams score early. The bats go to sleep, and then all of a sudden the opponents start chipping away. And I know entering tonight's game, I had the Hawks on my radar, and as there was a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2 to Miyazaki. And there's lots of ball game left. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on, and this one is hammered foul just past the bag at first base. The count remains at 2-2. But I got to tell you, 27 pitches so far here for Jun Maeda. You got to start also wondering at what point what Hawk pitcher is going to have to start to take some bullets. Here comes the offering from the lefty. As he kicks and delivers, there's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted down the right field line, foul, and the count remains at 2-2, and the battle is going to continue here. 7 pitches already delivered to Miyazaki. Again, Maeda leans in, gets the sign from his catcher, Amano, and he works himself to the set. Here comes the pitch. It's on its way. It's a fastball swung on. This has popped up down the left field line, but this is going to drift into the seats, and the count remains at 2-2. We do welcome everybody into the stream tonight who has popped in. We appreciate you guys for hanging out with us here. Here comes the 2-2 pitch, which seems to be going on forever as Maeda works to the set. Now fires. Fastball misses down, and the count goes to 3-2. Still only one out here in the inning, as Maeda had come in to start the fourth inning, greeted with a single, and a home run off the bat of Mackey. And then after the ground out by Austin, he has plugged Mike Ford. And the 3-2 on the way. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed. Miyazaki, he swung at ball 4. And he's going to go in the books for the second out of the inning, and that is going to bring up the left fielder, Yoshi Satsugo. Well, for Satsugo tonight, he is 1 for 2. He drove in the first run of the game when he knocked home Shugo Maki in the third inning. He is 3 for 16 in the Japan series. For those of you who are joining us, as we said, it is a 4-0 lead now for the BayStars as they've cashed in. We always update our ticker at the end of the half innings or during pitching changes as there's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike. Count as 1 ball and no strikes. But really, it has been all BayStars here in this one. They've been all over the base paths. Satsugo waggling the bat. Waiting on the offering here from the lefty Maeda, who kicks and delivers. Breaking ball misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-0. Satsugo is the 7th hitter to come to bat here in the 4th inning. Will get substituted out later in the game for defensive purposes. As here's the 2-0. Fastball swung on, tap foul right behind home plate, and the count now is 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. As we said, this game here, we said at the beginning of the night, we said we expect this game to be long. I didn't think it would be this long. We're in the 4th inning, and we're not even we're in the top of the 4th inning, and we're almost at 2 hours. Unreal. There's a fastball swung on and lifted foul. The count now goes to 2-2. Our Filipino friend is in the house tonight. He says the Cinderella run of the BayStars draws near. Yeah, that is absolutely for sure. As I said, when I was in Japan, the BayStars weren't even in a playoff picture, as there's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Satsugo's gone in the books. He's out for out number 3. And Maeda, well, he gets roughed up in the inning. He gave up 3 runs on the benefit of 3 hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Your score is Yokohama 4 and Fukuoka no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving ourselves to the bottom half of inning number 4. It's going to be Hotaka Yamakawa, Kensuke Kondo, and Kenta Imamiya to come to bat. We were talking about a couple of things in that last half inning. I was starting to say, when I was in Japan at the end of August, the BayStars weren't even in the playoff positions. It was, at the time, it was the Carp were leading the way in the Central League, and it looked like they were going to be in cruise control to make the playoffs. Then it was the Giants and the Tigers were 2 and 3. BayStars were nestled in 4th place. And then all of a sudden, the month of September came along, and the Hiroshima Carp couldn't have had a worse month of September, probably in the history of their team. Fell right out of first place, right out of the playoffs. I think they won 4 or 5 games in the month of September, lost 20 some odd games. Heck, if they played 500 ball, Yokohama might not even have been in the playoffs. But once Yokohama got in, they took care of the Tigers, took care of the Giants, and here they are looking to slay the Hawks. There's a fastball that misses down and into Yamakawa, and the count is quickly 1-0. Yamakawa tonight is 0 for 1. He popped the second his first time up. The big fella is 3 for 16 in the series. Fastball catches the outside corner for a called strike. The count is now 1-1. Yamakawa, as we said, 3 for 16 on the series, but he had a huge ball game in the second game of the series. There was a breaking ball that misses down, but they say that Yamakawa ran around, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-hander Jackson holds to the set, and now he kicks and fires. There's a fastball swung on the fist, grounded softly over to second. Mackey fields it. He throws to first. Yamakawa's in the books on a ground out 4-3. He's gone for the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up the designated hitter, Kensuke Kondo. Well, for Kondo tonight, he is 0 for 1. He has struck out his only time coming to the plate. 3 for 8 in the series. He's another player of the Hawks that was banged up toward the end of the year. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-0. Rolled his ankle in the month of September, missed some time. Still not 100%, as he has DH'd in this portion of the series. The games have been at the Pacific League home. There's a split figure pitch taken for a called strike. The count is now 1-1 to Kondo. As we mentioned, the snail's pace of this game, but the other part too that we also picked up on is just the way that the in-between innings have been as well. There's a breaking ball swung on, grounded over to second. Mackey fielding it again. He throws to first. That is going to retire Kondo on a ground out 4-3. He's in the books for the second out of the inning. It's going to leave it all up to Kenta Emamiya. But a busy man at second base tonight has been Mackey. He has a couple assists he's got to put out, and he also made a couple of diving stops that did not lead to outs, but certainly kept runners in the infield. So Emamiya at the plate here, in the first pitch from Jackson. Breaking ball misses upstairs. The count is 1-0. Fern Elvin says they can't hit. Yeah, they can't buy a hit right now. Jackson has kept them off balance. There's a fastball swung on, and it says lined into center field, and they definitely can't hit here as it's a diving catch. Oh, outstanding play by the center fielder, Kuwahara, as he is able to slide and make the catch on his belly, and that is going to retire Emamiya. Boy, they are snake-bitten here tonight so far, are the Hawks. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We are now moving to the top half of the fifth, as your score is 4-0 for the BayStars. Unbelievable. If you're on Instagram tonight trying to catch that one, that was one heck of a highlight. We'll be back after this, when our friend Matt usually gives us a in-between innings rendition of a song. We sometimes get some runs. We'll be back in just a few.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Well, we got ourselves a scoreline of 4-0 for the BayStars. We're moving to the top of inning number 5. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving ourselves to the top half of the fifth inning. Slated to come to bat for the BayStars is the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. That would be Tobashihira, Mori, and Kuwahara. We're just waiting to see if we are going to get ourselves another pitching change or if they're going to stay with Jin Maeda. We're anticipating it could be a pitching parade from now to the end of the ball game for the Hawks. So we'll keep our eyes here on that one there. A great play to end that last half inning by the center fielder Kuwahara. He got on his horse and made a diving play. Absolutely fantastic. Again, another night in Fukuoka, and the dome roof is closed. We've talked about this before. I've only seen one game, I think, in the last few years where the roof was actually open. It is a retractable dome, but you would never know it. As we were saying before, that most of the games are played with the roof closed. Not sure why that would be all the time. I know there's some extreme heat. First pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike. We do have a pitching change, a little bit late for the changes, as this is going to be number 40 in the ball game. This is Kazuki Sugiyama. Sugiyama delivers another fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. So pitcher number 4, this is the first right-hander used tonight by the Fukuoka Ball Club. There's a fastball swung on, chopped softly over to second. Makihara fields it. He has to hurry. And that is going to retire Tobashihira on a ground out, 4-3. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Kaito Mori. So maybe they found something, or maybe they'll find something to unlock for a couple innings. In terms of pitchers, as we said, Sugiyama, the first right-hander used tonight by the Fukuoka Ball Club. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses down and away to Mori. Count is quickly 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. I will say this, that Sugiyama is picking up the pace as he is working fairly quickly here. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line. And the count runs even to Mori at 1-1. Mori tonight is 0 for 1. He's bounced into a fielder's choice and walked in his 2 trips. As he swings at a fastball and lifts that one foul, and the count is 1-2. That last pitch from Sugiyama was at 95 miles an hour. So he wastes very little time. He gets the ball and he's ready to go back. This will pick up the pace of our game. There's a split finger pitch swung on and fouled away, and the count now is going to remain at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yokohama with 1 in the third and 3 in the fourth have that 4-0 lead. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded past the diving shortstop and Mamiya into left field. And Mori is going to be aboard with a 1-out single, and the hit parade continues for the BayStars. And by our accounts, that is the 9th hit tonight for Yokohama. And that'll bring up the top of the order in Masayuki Kuwahara. It was a great catch there by Kuwahara to end that last half inning. He tonight is 1 for 2. He's got a single and 2 trips. He's also drawn a walk. He is 9 for 21 in the series. He is really enjoying himself. A outstanding series has Kuwahara. And the first pitch is a fastball that pours in for a called strike. Another pitch at 95 on the gun. No balls and 1 strike it is. Already here in the 5th inning, this is the 4th time that Kuwahara has come to bat. You've got to think that he's probably going to see the batter's box at least a couple of more times in this one. Pitch on the way. Fastball just misses inside. Count now goes to 1-1. Runner at first is Mori. 1 gone here in the 5th. 1 ball and 1 strike to Kuwahara. As the right-hander ready to go back to work again. Sugiyama gets his sign. He works to the set, now delivers. Breaking ball misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-1. If you go back and replay the early part of this game when we were talking in the first inning, we were saying how we expected this game to be a long one. I still wouldn't bat an eye if this game ended up getting tied up and went to extra innings. Except for the BayStar fans who are listening in our audience, they might have something different. There was a fastball swung on it, has popped up down the right field line, giving chase is Makihara, but he's going to watch it go into the temporary seating, and the count now goes to 2-2. So the question will be is, for those who are the gamblers that come into the site, are they can have an over or an under here through 5? I'm not sure what the over-under was for these two clubs tonight through the first 5. Sometimes I take a peek at that. Depending on the odds makers, it'll differ from time to time. Here's the 2-2. Fastball swung on, lifted into right field. Moving back, and with plenty of room is Yanagita. He's there to make the catch. That's going to retire Kuwahara for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone with the runner at first. That's going to bring Koki Kajiwara to the plate. And Kajiwara tonight is 1 for 3. He's got a single. He scored a run. He has struck out and bounced into a fielder's choice. But for Kajiwara, what needs to be understood, that hit in that last inning off of Jin Maeda, he was a bit of a beneficiary of a hit and run where the shortstop was heading over to cover the bag at second base. Elvin says the under was 4.5. Yeah, well, the folks who've got the under will be biting their nails here. Just as the ones who are at the over, they're pretty close. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1 to Kajiwara. Influence says he got it at 6.5. Not sure where you got the 6.5 at, but if you did, that's good for you, I guess, because 6.5 would be certainly better than the 4.5 because you're got a little bit of room to play with. Now, I don't know if that's for the full game or not, as that split finger pitch is swung on and missed. Now count goes to 0-2 on Kajiwara. Or if that was for the first 5. So no balls and 2 strikes. Runner at first, Mori. 2 gone here in the 5th. Split finger pitch swung on and missed, and that is going to do it as Kajiwara is down on strikes. He's out for the 3rd out of the inning. But that is, I guess, a minor success here for the Hawks, is only 4 hitters came to the plate in inning number 5. There was no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the 5th inning. Your score is the BayStars 4, the Hawks no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Hawks are going to try to find a way to unlock Andre Jackson when we return after this. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters to come to bat for the Fukuoka Ball Club. That means Makihara, Amino, and Shudo. As we are ready to get things going here on the first pitch delivered to Makihara as a fastball swung on and grounded foul. Not as quickly 0-1, although I have to say I'm not sure if that is Amino on deck or if we may see a pinch hitter. I have a feeling it looks like it's still Amino. So no balls and 1 strike to Makihara. Hawks looking to try to unlock the key to success against Andre Jackson here, and they've had nothing so far. Breaking ball swung on, chopped over to third, fielded by the third baseman Miyazaki, who throws to first, and Makihara has gone on a ground out, 5-3 for the first out of the inning. So 1 gone. That's going to bring up the catcher, Takashi Umino. So for Amino, he is 0 for 1 tonight. Although I have to say, it does look like it is going to be a pinch hitter. Just as we suspected, this is going to be number 12 coming in. We're trying to pick that up straight away. Number 12 is Hiroki Minai, or if I've said that correctly. So on to pinch hit here for Umino. And the first pitch on the way is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Wonder if Takuya Kai is going to be making an appearance here. It's certainly not been his defense as much as it's been his offense. And they're bunting it, and it's back to the pitcher coming off the mound to field it is Jackson, and he almost threw it away. As Ford had to get to first base, he had to catch it as he almost came through the runner. That's going to be a ground out. It goes in the books as a 1-3 ground out for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Yukio Shudo. And for Shudo tonight, he is 1 for 1. He singled and stole the bases last time up, but he was left stranded in scoring position. Just as a reminder for everybody that's with us here tonight, at the end of this half inning, we usually like to take our extended break as will be what we like to call our Japanese halftime. As there's a breaking ball that is taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Melvin says, game is over, no momentum. Fastball misses inside, count goes to 1-1. Yeah, certainly right now in this spot here, I can tell you that Jackson is on a roll. He has retired 8 batters in a row. Last batter to reach base was Shudo back in the third. There's a breaking ball swung on it. It's chopped over to third. They're going to have to hurry to get him. Miyazaki fields it. He fires to first, and that is going to do it. It's a ground out 5-3, and that will do it here for the third out of the inning. Well, that was a quick inning. And another 1-2-3 innings. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We're moving to the 6th. As we mentioned, there's going to be an extended break here, as they normally do. As we are moving to the 6th inning, we're going to take our little timeout, put the music on loop. We'll be back after we give ourselves a little stretch after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight. We'll be back in just a bit. Welcome back, everybody. We are just wading ourselves through here as it is going to be coming to bat Shugo Maki, Tyler Austin, and Mike Ford. And it looks like the first out of the inning has been recorded as Maki is making his way back to the dugout. So 1 up and 1 away. We're a little bit late getting back into our seat here. So Maki is in the books. And that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Tyler Austin. And the first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1. The right-hander, Sugiyama, still on the mound here as he is looking to stem the tide here. As he threw 16 pitches in that last inning, as there's a fastball that misses down and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander ready to go back to work again. And as he kicks and fires, there's a fastball swung on. This ball's lifted into deep right field. This ball could be trouble. Moving back onto the warning track, and this ball's going to get off the wall. And picking it up is covering is Shudo, the center fielder, who had to come all the way over. Nice play there by Shudo, but it's going to be a double off the bat of Tyler Austin, as that is a 1-out double here for the designated hitter of the BayStars. His torrid pace continues as he is now 6 for 12 in the series. But it's the extra base hits that are the difference maker for him, as he is able to do a lot of that stuff. By the way, that fly ball was to center field by off the bat of Maki for the first out of the inning. As we mentioned, we were a little bit late in getting ourselves settled back in. First pitch delivered to Mike Ford is taken for a ball. The count is 1-0. Ford tonight has been on base twice. He's got a single and he was hit by a pitch. He has also grounded out the first. Fastball misses upstairs and the count now goes to 2-0 on Ford. And as I said, the Yokohama lineup is a pretty dangerous lineup. You've got Austin Ford, you got Miyazaki, Setsugo. They can go about 7 hitters deep. Not a lot of smiles on the Hawks. Hawks faces here, their manager, everybody in the dugout. You could see they're all a little bit on the stress side. I wonder if that'll help them when they get to Yokohama, play a little bit stress-free. Fastball misses up. It's now 3-0 to Ford. Sometimes you see that with teams when they're on the road. It's a little easier. They play a little bit more loose. Sometimes you're at home. You got the home crowd. You got all the distractions. Easier to get on the road. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now is 3-1. Ford got the green light, 3-0. Interesting that they turned him loose. Here comes the 3-1 offering now as the right-hander works himself to the set position, kicks and delivers. Another fastball swung on, and another one that's lifted down the left field line. Giving chases Imamiya. It looks like he's going to have the room, and he's going to pull it in. And Ford is going to be retired. He's gone for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it all up to Shiro Miyazaki. So a bit of a waste there for Ford. He was ahead in the count 3-0 and swung at the last 2 pitches and wasn't able to advance the runner or to get it into play. And by the way, the Imeno, who had started the ball game, who was hit for by Manai in the last half inning, Manai does stay in the game behind the plate. So Takuya Kai getting looks like completely the night off. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to third. It's a fair ball fielded on the backhand by Kurihara. He throws to first, and they're going to get out of the inning. It's a ground out 5-3. And so, as I was talking about earlier, BayStars bats a little bit quiet. They did get the double from Austin, but nothing else to show. No runs in the inning, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the 6th. Your score is BayStars 4, Hawks no score. Stick around, everybody. I'm glad you're with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We're going to give you guys a little bit of music to get you going. We'll be back in a few. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the bottom half of the 6th inning, and slated to come to bat for the Hawks will be the top of the order, Sasagawa, Yanagita, and Kurihara, as it is the right-hander Andre Jackson, who has cruised along. I think the other thing is, too, is if they could chase Jackson here in one of these innings, that could change the dynamic. Maybe break up the karma, get him off the mound. As the first pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball. Take it for a called strike. Only 64 pitches through the first 5 innings for the American right-hander. He has cruised along here so far. Right-hander against the left-hander. Jackson delivers. Fastball swung on and fouled straight back, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Sasagawa. Sasagawa tonight is 0 for 2. He struck out looking, and he has flown to right in his 2 trips. He's a big fella. I don't know what he stands. I'm going to have to look him up a bit, but he's tall and lanky. He's got some height here. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses down and in. Jackson missed the spot. They'd set him up outside, and he came inside. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Jackson working quickly here as he gets his sign and now kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball swung on, grounded, foul down the first base line, and the count remains at 1-2 to Sasagawa. So far, he has retired 9 in a row since the single to lead off the 3rd inning by Shudo. It has been all Jackson here in the last 3 innings. They haven't been able to get a base runner on in any capacity. As the 1-2 pitch is ready to come here. As he kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on. It is popped up over on the third base side of home plate. Giving chase is the catcher Tobashira, but he's going to watch that drift into the seats, and the count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. 4-10-0 for the BayStars, 0-3-0 for the Hawks. You think with that firepower that Fukuoka has in their lineups that they'd be able to punch out a couple of more runs, but that's not been the case. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is popped up over on the left side of the infield. Camping out underneath it is the third baseman Miyazaki, and he's there to make the catch. And that is going to retire Sasagawa for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Yuki Yanagita. Couldn't ask for a better start if you're a BayStar fan from that you're getting right now from Andre Jackson. He has been absolutely brilliant tonight. He struck out 5 batters in the first 2 innings, and there's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to first. Mike Ford is going to take it himself, and Yanagita is gone. He's going to ground out to 3 for the second out of the inning. He's going to leave it up to Ryoya Kurihara, but we were saying in the first 2 innings, he struck out 5 batters. He's got 6 on the night. And then he's been on that stretch that he's on right now where he's retired now 11 straight. And Kurihara has been a victim of the strikeout twice tonight. He's 0 for 2. So the other thing is that Jackson, you got to keep an eye on his pitch count. He's at 71. I would think they could probably ratchet him to 100. There's a fastball that misses dead ball and no strikes. If you're just joining us, it was the 3-run homer off the bat of Shugo Maki that has propelled the BayStars to the 4-0 lead as that breaking ball misses inside. The count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. The first run of the game was also scored by Maki as he came home on a single by Satsugo. So Maki has been involved in all 4 of the BayStar runs. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses inside, backs Kurihara off the plate, and that goes to 3-0. That last pitch was at 95 miles an hour. So Kurihara looking to try to find a way to get on base as Hotake Yamakawa waits on deck. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. 4 straight balls in a row, so let's make a note of this, as that is maybe the first sign of trouble that we've seen here from the right-hander. That's his first walk issued tonight. In the first game of the series, he struck out 9 to Jackson, but he walked 5 Fukuoka batters. So Kurihara is the runner at first. Otake Yamakawa coming to the plate, the home run leader for the Pacific League in 2024. Big fella here, really outside of 1 game, has been non-existent. He's 3 for 17 on the series. Javon says the game has been over. Well, let's see what happens here. If Yamakawa can do something, as the pitch on the way is a breaking ball swung on and missed. He looked like he wanted to cut the lead in half with that swing, but he made contact with nothing but air. No balls and 1 strike. Yamakawa, as we said, 3 for 17 in the series. But it was really the only game that he had homered and knocked in 3 runs that he made any impact. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, and another one waved out and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. So I don't know. I think if I'm Jackson, I'd probably be looking at delivering another one of those off-speed pitches. Big fella was swinging out of his socks. Probably a little bit of a case of trying to do too much. So here comes the 0-2. It is a breaking ball that misses down and away. That's a good professional at bat right there with the discipline of Yamakawa. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. One thing I will say, when I was in Japan, and I was telling people before, there's about a 15 or 20 second delay between the game that you can watch and the game that goes on itself. That's when you're at the stadium. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. It's now 2-2 to Yamakawa. But on top of it, there's also a delay with about a 5 second delay or 6 second delay with our feed, as we use a third-party streaming service. So we are live, but we're about 5 or 6 seconds behind. That probably allows for a hot button here and there. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Yamakawa. Pitch number 80 of the ball game coming here from Jackson. Fastball swung on and lifted foul right behind home plate, and the count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As we say, we do appreciate everybody who's popped in here. And whether you listen live or on delay, we do get some folks who do listen to the game on delay. We always appreciate those folks too. So Jackson working himself to the set position. Here's the 2-2. That's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Yamakawa certainly didn't get cheated on any of his swings in this at bat, but he's gone for out number 3. And that's going to do it here in the 6th for the Hawks. 2/3 of the game is in the books. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left aboard. 6 complete in Fukuoka. Your score is Yokohama 4 and Fukuoka no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call. The back third of the ball game is just around the corner. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. We are cruising ourselves to the top of the 7th inning. It is going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters to come to bat for the BayStars. That means Tsugo, Tobashira, and Mori. So we are ready to resume the action here in just a moment. Yeah, we'll get the update to see if Sugiyama will stay on. He has been the most effective pitcher here for Fukuoka so far here tonight. The reliever, Kazuki Sugiyama, had come in. He has only allowed 1 base runner that he has faced, but we're waiting to see if he indeed will be continuing on here in this one. Andre Jackson has been the story on the pitching side. It has also been the Shugo Maki show on the offensive side, as he has been a part of all 4 of the runs that has been scored. 81 pitches for the righty. It is going to be a pitching change, and it's going to be Ogata who is coming in. The first pitch delivered is swung on and missed at 95 by Tsugo. The count is quickly 0-1. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count runs even to 1-1. So Ogata on in relief, as he is going to be the 5th pitcher used. Another right-hander. This is the 2nd one now. There's a split finger pitch swung on and missed. The count goes to 1-2 on Tsugo. Nobody warming up in the Yokohama bullpen at this point, as the right-hander continues to work here. The pitch on the way. It is a fastball that misses down and in. It's away from the catcher, and the count now goes to 2-2. It's Shuto Ogata who is on the hill. Pitcher number 5 used tonight by Fukuoka. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tsugo. Pitch is on the way. It's a fastball missing upstairs. Count now goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ogata, another pitcher just like Sugiyama, working quickly. As the 3-2 is on the way, there is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded down the third base line. It hits the bag, and it's going to get away from the third baseman, Kurihara, And safely reaching first base is Satsugo. It's a line drive in the box score, but he's going to take that all day long. That's his second hit of the game. He's 2 for 4 now tonight, which puts him at 4 for 18 on the series, so he's picking up the pace. Kurihara is going to feel a little hard done by. He was in a position where he was ready to make the backhand play, and the ball hit the base and popped right up into the air. Well, that brings up to the plate Yasutaka Tobashira. The catcher is officially 1 for 3 tonight, as they throw over to first base, and getting back in time safely was Satsugo. Our friend Influence says, the Hawks need a pep rally. Yeah, they need something. Can't believe it. All 5 games of this series. Well, if they lose tonight, all 5 games, the home team will have lost in this series. I'm going to have to do some NPB homework and find out if that has ever happened before, and if so, how long ago it was when it did happen. As the pitch is a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0. For some reason, what comes to mind is the series between the Buffaloes and the Hawks. Might have one of those series where they went back-to-back years playing each other. I thought there was a series that was like this. There was a fastball swung on. It is popped up into shallow right field. Moving back on it is the second baseman, Makihara. He's underneath it and makes the catch. That is going to retire Tobashira for the first out of the inning. So 1 gone, and that is going to bring up the shortstop, Kaito Mori. And the other futility factor that you have to consider is that so far for the Fukuoka Ball Club, they have batted 24 innings at home, and they could only get 1 run so far. That was back in the game 3 of the series. They've been shut out through the last game and through this game of the series. That is absolutely crazy. So 1 run in the game 3, nothing in game 4, and nothing so far here tonight in game number 5. And they throw over to first base, and getting back in time is the base runner, Satsugo. I wouldn't expect Satsugo to be running here in this situation unless it was a hit and run. Certainly with the 1-0 pitch, that might be a pitch to do it at. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into shallow left field. Coming in underneath it and making the catch is the left fielder, Sasagawa, and that is going to retire Mori for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone here, and it'll bring up the top of the order in Kuwahara. Kuwahara has been on base twice tonight. He's got a single to walk. He has flown to right and grounded to short. Elvin says the next inning is the Hawks inning. Possibly. I'm just looking here at with Kondo and Imamiya coming to bat. I'm not sure. Maybe hopefully they can get 1 if you're going to make a comeback in this one. First pitch was a fastball taken for a strike by Kuwahara. Can always hope, but certainly there's been a lot of scoring late in the ball game in some of these games here in the Japan series. So, don't run away quite yet. Here's the 0-1. Fastball misses down, and the count goes to 1-1. The best thing that could happen to the Hawks is that they chase Andre Jackson. Then you take your chances with the Yokohama bullpen. But as long as Jackson is in the game, he's basically looked unhittable for the most part, only allowing 3 tonight so far. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded up the middle, fielded by the shortstop Imamiya. He'll go to 1, and they're going to retire Kuwahara on a ground out 6-3 to end the inning. And that is going to do it here for the Yokohama Ball Club in the top of the 7th. A strand leadoff hit by Satsugo. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the 7th. Your score is the BayStars 4, the Hawks nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a few. Appreciate you all for listening in on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Andre Jackson ready to start his 7th inning of work. He's going to face Kensuke Kondo, Kenta Emamiya, and Taisi Makihara. For Kondo, he's 0 for 2 tonight. He is 3 for 9 in the series. And the first pitch on the way is a fastball swung on, and it's grounded foul down the first base line. And the count is quickly 0-1. I have to say, Andre Jackson, who had been a Los Angeles Dodger farmhand, now he spent some time with the Pittsburgh Pirate organization. He is certainly building a case for maybe a bounce back type of candidate to Major League Baseball. As the pitch on the way is a fastball that misses upstairs, the count goes to 1-1. I don't know if I've got this right, but K2 or K2A maybe is what it is. Thank you for the commentary. Thank you for being here. As the 1-1 is on the way, it's a fastball that's taken for a called strike. Count now goes to 1-2. A bit of a delayed call from the home plate umpire as Kondo had moonwalked out of the batter's box. That would be Ken. Well, thanks, Ken, for being here. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kondo as the right-hander Jackson ready to go again. As he kicks and fires, it's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-2. As I mentioned, probably the best thing that could happen for the Hawks is they chase Jackson and get into the bullpen and take their chances with somebody else, because Jackson has been really good tonight. Only the second inning where he gave up back-to-back singles was there potential a problem. There's a fastball that misses outside. It's now full to Kondo. And Ken says he misses pro Yaku so much. Yeah, absolutely. I was talking to a buddy of mine. He's playing in one of the independent leagues in Japan right now. He's the twilight of his career. As there's a fastball that misses inside and it hit Kondo. Either way, it's going to be either ball 4 or hit by pitch. As Jackson has allowed Kondo to get on, and now they're going to have a conference on the mound. So I say he's got to be able to get through this inning here. So we'll get a look at the replay at some point here to determine if that was a hit by pitch or a walk. If he was hit by the pitch, it certainly was the one you want to get hit by because it would have just grazed him. Well, that brings Emamiya to the plate. Kenta Emamiya is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single and 2 trips. Our Filipino friend says he's still in on how much the Dodgers or how they won the World Series tonight, down 5-0. First pitch fastball ticket for a called strike. Yeah, pretty wild how the Yankees just had an inning from hell, I guess is the best way to put it. Absolutely imploded. Alvin Pena was calling for the 7th inning rally last inning. So let's see, Alvin, if you're going to speak it into existence. Here comes the 0-1. Breaking ball misses outside, and the count goes to 1-1 on Imamiya. We'll have to get a look at that. It was a hit by pitch that put Kondo on base. I'm not sure if it was ball 4 or a hit by pitch, but it looked like it did get him. Here's the pitch. A breaking ball misses upstairs. 2-1 now here to Imamiya. Might want to throw on the brakes a little bit here and take a few pitches. That's pitch number 90 from Jackson. If you're a Hawk fan, you might look and do anything you can to get on base, maybe even lean into the pitch. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. Count goes to 2-2 on Imamiya. Slated to come to bat next is Taisi Makihara. Ken says, yeah, but the Yankees took the lead later, yeah. Only to cough it back up. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and lifted foul down the right field line, and the count remains at 2-2. As we said, we'll be back on the airwaves again on Saturday, in the middle of the night. I'm not sure. I have to do a double check on the start time. It'll either be at 2, I believe it's 2:30 Pacific time or 5:30 Eastern. If you're in the North American time zone, I believe it's a 6:30 start in Japan or 18:30, depending on which type of time that you look at. So here comes the 2-2 pitch as the right-hander kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on and grounded foul just past the bag at third base, and the count remains at 2-2. Ken asked the question if the returns to Yokohama. That is absolutely correct. So it doesn't matter. This game here right now is tied at, or the series is tied at 2. It's the final game in Fukuoka. They would be heading back to Yokohama for the next one. As the pitch on the way is a fastball swung on, it is chopped up the middle. Mackey fields it. He throws to first. It's dropped by Ford. And then he picks it up, and the umpire emphatically says that he has been retired. But Kondo is going to make it to second base. Kondo stopped. It was a good play, actually, by Kondo. You don't want to run yourself into the double play. He stopped. It looked like I thought he was going to hit the deck. We're going to look at that one. It is going to be a ground out 4-3. We'll see it again. It was chopped over to Mackey. Mackey had fielded it, threw it to first, spiked it into the ground. But yes, Mike Ford able to recover. Ground out 4-3 on Imamiya. Puts Kondo into scoring position, and it's going to bring Taisi Makihara to the plate. So Makihara striding to the plate. He's 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single and 2 trips. And our right-hander Jackson delivers a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0. Our friend Chris is checking in here. He says signing in a bit bleary-eyed after having had some sleep after watching that game in New York. Of course, Chris is joining us from the United Kingdom. So 1 ball and no strikes to Makihara. Runner at second, Kondo. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on, popped up, foul over on the third base side. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. So this series will shift back to Yokohama on Saturday and Sunday. If there is a Sunday, Saturday for sure, Sunday if necessary. And I still think that this game is not out of the woods. We're approaching the 3-hour mark. It was a really, really slow start to this game. It took 2 hours and 8 minutes to play the first 5 innings. Game has picked up significantly here over the last little bit, but boy, there's been some times that I thought we were going to have to get the tarps out because it felt like a rain delay. There's a fastball that misses inside. That last pitch was at 97 miles an hour. 2 balls and 1 strike. Our friend Ken says he's down in San Diego. Well, we'll give you some San Diego stuff to enjoy after this half inning when our friend Matt will make an appearance in the in-between. Fastball misses upstairs. It's now 3-1 to Makihara. And boy, Jackson, he's dialing it up. He's not lost anything velocity-wise. 97 on that last pitch, but I'm going to tell you this. His command of his pitches are starting to run a little bit sideways. So here comes the 3-1 pitch as Jackson. It's the sign from Tomashiro. The pitch is a breaking ball that misses up. It's ball 4. Makihara is aboard with a walk. That is going to bring up the catcher's spot in the batting order. It's supposed to be Hiroki Manai coming to bat, but I wouldn't bat an eye that we might see a pinch hitter, and it is 99 pitches so far here for Jackson tonight. Curious to see what the Hawks' options would be. I don't think I'd be sending Manai to the plate with 2 on and 1 out. I'd be looking to the bench for a pinch hitter, because you do have Takuya Kai who could come in to catch. Of course, I wouldn't even let Takuya Kai hit in this position. He's been not very good in the Japan series. So decisions. The manager for the Hawks, what are we left in here? It is still going to be Manai. Oh boy, he's 1 for 2 in the series. He grounded out his last time up as he had tried to bunt his way on. He ended up bunting it right back to the pitcher. So let's see what the veteran here has up his sleeve. Here comes the first offering from Jackson. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. Ball 1. Oh boy, he's going to get a fat pitch here somewhere. That was pitch number 100 on the night. Our friend Chris says he's in the Midlands in a small town between Birmingham, Coventry, and Leicester. So 100 pitches here for Jackson so far as the right-hander ready to go again. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that is waved at and missed. It looked like he tried to hold up at Manai because that pitch was up in the zone, but the count now goes to 1-1. Got to wonder, no bench options here, and certainly in this spot, I would trade the bat of a pinch hitter for that of Takuya Kai off the bench. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. This is the Hawks' best chance. Ken asked if there's anybody up in the bullpen. We haven't seen anybody yet. There's a fastball swung on and it's lifted foul. Count is 1-2. At the beginning of the inning, they had nobody up. But you got to think that the alarm blazes have got to be going off here. There's only 1 out with the runner Kondo at second, Makihara at first. Yukio Shiro waiting his turn on deck. Manai waiting here on the 1-2 offering. Here comes the pitch from Jackson, but instead Manai steps out and take a couple practice cuts. We're getting into the crunch time here of the ball game. Hawks certainly need to push a run across. They're starting to run out of outs here. As the pitch on the way is a fastball gets all the way to the backstop. That's going to advance the runners. Oh, Jackson spikes it. Gets by the catcher. Well, that's going to be a wild pitch. Moving to third is Kondo. Moving over to second is Makihara. Going to run the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Manai. Oh, boy. Manager of the BayStars just sitting relaxed, cool as a cucumber, but this is an opportunity that the Hawks need to take advantage of. You got 2 runners in scoring position. Only 1 gone here in the inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Manai. Crowd for the Hawks for the first time tonight. Feels like the entire stadium is finally starting to wake up. As here comes the pitch from the right-hander Jackson. He kicks and delivers. A breaking ball, waved at and missed. Oh, Manai, he's down on strikes for the second out of the inning. That is not a very good pitch to swing at. They are on the phone, are the BayStars, to the bullpen. I want to see exactly how things are working here. Are they going to let Jackson continue? I think they will. The left-handed bat of Yukio Shudo coming up here. So 4-0 for the BayStars. 2 gone. Runners at second and third. Shudo, who is a 1 for 2 tonight. He is 6 for 18 in the series. And the first pitch from Jackson on the way is a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. Ed says he needs the over 5.5 runs for 10K. Well, put a phone call in there for you, Ed, to see what we can do. No balls and 1 strike to Shudo as Jackson is ahead in the count. They could use another wild pitch to the backstop. Fastball taken on the inside corner for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes it is. This game here has been kicking along here. Chris says he's a Walsall supporter. And the pitch on the way, a fastball swung on and lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats. That last pitch came in at 96 on the gun. And the count remains at 0-2 to Shudo. Certainly, if the Hawks are able to cash a pair of runs here, it can make for an exciting finish line here. This is the best opportunity they've had to do any type of damage, really, since the second inning. Chris, you just missed it. We're going to be going to the 8th. There's a fastball swung on his chop softly over to second. Mackey fields it. He throws to first. Shudo's gone. And that is going to do it here on a ground out 4-3 for the third out of the inning. Well, the Hawks, they threaten, but they don't score. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors. There were 2 left aboard. We're now moving to the top of the 8th inning. Your score is Yokohama 4, Fukuoka no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a bit. That might have been just the momentum that the Hawks needed. We'll be back here in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now. Let's begin now.
Welcome back to everybody. It is Yokohama who will send the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to bat here in inning number 8. You can see the frustration is starting to boil over for the Hawks. On that last ground out by Shuto, he gave a good old-fashioned helmet spike, as he is not happy with that. Friend Ed asked the question, is there any way to actually watch the game? Best way you could do it is grab yourself a VPN and cloak yourself and set it to Japan, and then you got yourself a chance. We do have a pitching change as Fukuoka's gone to their bullpen again. They are bringing out Yuki Samori here. The first pitch that he delivers is a fastball that misses outside. And the next pitch he delivers is a fastball that catches the outside corner. So 1-1 here to Kajimura. Kajimura tonight is 1 for 4. He's got a single and 4 trips. He did score one of the runs on the homer by Maki. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-2. So Yuki Samori is the 6th pitcher used. Yeah, or the other is to actually look at Asahi TV. That is the other option. Yep, definitely that is the one. They've had all the different games have been on a different feed here, and sometimes I can't or didn't always get the games earlier on. There was a fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Kajiwara. If you don't have the VPN, then Live QQ is another option, but Live QQ was not very reliable in the early parts of the series here. So Kajiwara is in the books for out number 1, and that is going to bring Shugo Maki to the plate. Maki tonight has been solid offensively, solid defensively. The first pitch is a breaking ball. It's taken for a called strike. He has been a part of all 4 of the BayStar runs. He is officially 2 for 3 with a home run, a single, 3 RBIs. He's been hit by a pitch. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball misses inside, and the count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. BayStar fans feeling pretty comfortable with the 4-run lead. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded softly over to first. Yamakawa fields that he's going to take it himself. That's going to go down as a ground out to 3 for the second out of the inning. And that's going to leave it up to the designated hitter, Tyler Austin. And really, since the 4th inning, the BayStars have been pretty quiet. They've only had 3 hits since the 4th. And when you think about it tonight, they have 11 hits on the night. 8 of them came in the first 4 innings. They stranded 8 runners in the first 3 innings, did the BayStars. And there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 1-1. Chris says, if you don't have a VPN, search for the sponsor's name. Yeah, you might be able to get something there. There is action in the Yokohama bullpen. It looks like it was the former closer of the Hawks, Mori, getting heated up. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2. But I'm not exactly sure. I didn't quite get that total, that look. I guess we're going to have to wait and see who that might be. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses way outside. That pitch was at 94 miles an hour on the gun. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Tyler Austin. And says none of his apps have been working. That's been a bit of a problem. The Nippon Series, there was a split finger pitch, swung on and missed. Austin's in the books. He's gone for the 3rd out of the inning, and that is going to do it here for Yokohama in their half. We're going to have a pitching change when we return. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. Andre Jackson's night is done. As the manager has come out to let them know, we're going to get a look here to see who that is. Looks like it is going to be number 13. And that is by our looks. It looks like it is going to be Hiromu Issei coming in relief. And we'll be back in just a few minutes to give you all the action when we return. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell, as it'll let you know when we are on Saturday. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight. Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving ourselves to the bottom half of inning number 8. It'll be the top of the order coming to bat for Fukuoka, as it will be Sasagawa, Yanagita, and Kurihara to come to bat. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here. Ken says that many gambling sites do share some of the broadcasts. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. I want to say it was Betway or Bet365. One of them was doing that early in the year, but we didn't really keep an eye into that. That wasn't one of the avenues that we chose to look at. Hiromu Issei on in relief here, as he is going to be facing the left-handed hitting Sasagawa. The first pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Sasagawa tonight is 0 for 3, 1 for 6 in the series, as the pitch on the way is a breaking ball that is down, but the home plate umpire goes up with the right hand, and that makes the count 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Yuki Yanagita and Ryoya Kurihara to follow here as the pitch is on the way. Fastball misses inside, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Be interesting to see how this will play out the rest of the way, as the right-hander Issei kicks and delivers. Another fastball that misses down and in, and the count goes to 2-2 on Sasagawa. They need some runners on base to the Hawks. They need to find a way to punch one across. I have to do my sleuth detective work here and get you an update of when the last time they pushed one across. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to be the first out of the inning. if we go back and take a look at some of the scores in this one here, the first game played at the PayPay Dome the other night was the 4-1 victory by the BayStars. The Hawks scored a run in the first inning. So by our accounts, that is 17-7. That's 24 and a third innings they haven't scored a run at home. As the first pitch on the way to Yanagita is a fastball swung on. It is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. And he is aboard with a 1-out single. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Ryoya Kurihara. So the first inning of Game 3, they scored a run. They went 8 more innings without a run, 9 innings in Game 4 without a run, and 7 in the third innings so far in this one without a run. That's unbelievable. On your home field, nonetheless. It looks like the Hawks' wings were clipped, is the best way I would put it. So that's going to bring Ryoya Kurihara to the plate. Kurihara is 0 for 2 tonight. He has also drawn a walk. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that misses up and in, and the count is quickly 1-0. Kurihara on the series, 5 for 16. But the big fella Yamakawa looming on deck. And this is going to get into the tough part of the batting order. Kensuke Kondo to follow. If the Hawks are going to make a move, it has to be right here. Breaking ball, take it for a called strike, and the count runs even to 1-1. Already 3 hours and 7 minutes into the game. The first pitch was about 2 minutes past the 6 o'clock hour in Japan. As the pitch on the way is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep center field. Racing back on the warning track and making the catch is Kurihara. Racing all the way back to first is Yanagita. He was all the way to second base. Oh boy, did Kurihara turn around that one, but right to the deepest part of the ballpark. And Kurihara made the catch right on the warning track up against the wall. And that is going to put Kurihara in the books for the second out of the inning. So all for naught. That'll bring up the first baseman, Hotaka Yamakawa. Yeah, he was about 1 step from the wall. So Issei breathes a sigh of relief. As that brings Yamakawa to the plate, who is 0 for 3 tonight. 3 for 18 in the series now. So the big fella here stepping in. 34 regular season home runs, 99 runs batted in. First pitch on the way. Well, it's a breaking ball. Waved that and missed. He trying to turn that one around. Count is quickly 0-1. Can't say that he's been cheated on his swings. Even in the last at bat when he struck out against Sugiyama, he was taking some hellacious hacks. So no balls and 1 strike to Yamakawa. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on and fouled straight back, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to the big fella. It's getting into the deep water here as there's only 4 outs left to play with for Fukuoka. So no balls and 2 strikes here to Yamakawa. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball in the left-handed batter's box, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Glad you guys could make it in tonight for this one. And as we said, we got a lot of people who do listen on delay, and we appreciate you folks as well, too, even though if you're not here for the live part. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, waved at and missed, and Yamakawa's in the books. He's gone for the 3rd out of the inning, and that is going to do it here for Fukuoka in their half of the 8th. They had no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard We're now through 8 complete innings. Your score is Yokohama 4, Fukuoka no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call of the 9th inning when we return after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Wraps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back in just a few after this. Welcome back, everybody. We appreciate you guys for being here. It is going to be Mike Ford, Toshiro Miyazaki, and Yoshi Satsugo slated to come to bat here for the top half of the 9th inning. Just getting a look to see if it will still be Yuki Samori on the hill, and that's exactly who it is. The first pitch to Mike Ford is a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is quickly 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Ford batting from the left side here against Samori, and there's a fastball that misses outside, and it's now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Hawks have dug themselves a hole here in this game tonight as there's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is now 3-0. Think about that game with the Yankees and the Dodgers tonight, how the Yankees, one defensive inning, just gifted the game to LA. Fastball misses upstairs, and Mike Ford is aboard with a leadoff walk here to start the 9th inning. I'd be curious to see if they're going to run for him because they do have Kaita Sano on the bench who can come in and play first base. And that is the case. They are going to run for him. I don't know if it is definitely not Sano. It is number 00. That is Hayashi who is in. Takuma Hayashi in to run. So Hayashi is the pinch runner. It is going to bring Toshiro Miyazaki to the plate. So we would expect that more than likely it'll be Sano coming in to play first base. Fastball misses up. That's 5 balls in a row delivered here by Samori. Keep an eye on the base runner here as we'll see if he chooses to run or not. Try to get him into some scoring position. They don't want a lot from our piece, at least what we've seen of the BayStars. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Samori does work fairly quickly as the 1-1 is on the way here. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. It's now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Hawks running out of outs. They got 3 outs to play with here in this one. Here's the 1-2. Fastball swung on and missed, and Miyazaki's in the books. That's the second time tonight he has chased a pitch up in the zone. He's gone for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Yoshi Satsugo. One would have to think that Satsugo will get his at-bat here, but more than likely be the end of the night for him, as I would think they would go defensively a little different in left field. And here comes the first pitch now from Samori. As he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. Satsugo tonight is 2 for 4. He's got 2 singles. He's also driven in a run. He has struck out and grounded out. 4 for 18 on the series. As the right-hander delivers, there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. There is action up in the bullpen for the BayStars. They've got a sidewinder warming up, as well as another right-hander. We'll have to get the numbers on those as they come available. Here comes the 2-0. Samori throws over to first, and diving back in time is the runner, Hayashi. Can't quite see the numbers on the 2 pitchers. I think we caught one there. I think that's number 53. That is Nakagawa, who is warming up for the BayStars. Just couldn't catch the other number. As there's a fastball that misses us now. 3-0 here to Satsugo. I wonder if they'd green light Satsugo in this situation. You got a 4-0 lead. You got a runner at first. You get a cherry down the middle. Would they turn him loose? Well, we're about to find out. Here comes the 3-0. As they kick and deliver, it's a fastball, misses outside, and Samori's had this tonight where he looks like $1 million, and then all of a sudden he loses it. That's the second time in this inning. He's walked the batter on 4 straight pitches. The leadoff batter, Mike Ford, was walked on 4. And then after striking out Miyazaki, he has walked Satsugo on 4. So in between the work here that he's done, he's pitched an inning and a third. Has Samori. He has got 3 strikeouts to his name in this one, and that is going to, looks like it's going to be the end of the night for Satsugo as expected. I'll have to see who they are going to come to run for him. Satsugo, of course, sharing the information on his way out of the game with the catcher, Tobashiro, who is coming up to bat. And it looks like coming in to run here in this situation, it is Kamizato who is in the run for Satsugo. More likely will stay in the game for him as well. It says how many outs are there? There right now there is only 1. There's a fastball swung on it, is hit into right field. And what do we got here? Was that ball caught in the air? Or what did they do with this? It looks like it is a base hit single for Tobashiro. Hit it right on the screws to Yanagita. They fired it back into the infield. That's going to load the bases with 1 gone, and that's going to bring the shortstop Kaito Mori to the plate. So bases full of BayStars. They are familiar with this here tonight. They've stranded 12 runners so far, and this one here have Yokohama. And if they end up letting this one get away, that would be where you would point to immediately with all the runners stranded on base. So bases full of BayStars. You'd have to think that they're going to play in double play depth up the middle, but nope, they've got everybody in on the infield grass, or the proverbial grass, as there's a fastball that misses outside to Mori. Count is 1-0. Mori tonight is officially 1 for 3. He's got a single in 3 trips. He's also drawn a walk. Mori waggling the bat. The right-hander Samori ready to deliver. Here comes the pitch. Kicks and fires. A fastball taken on the inside corner for a called strike. Last pitch was at 94 on the gun, so 1 ball and 1 strike it is to Mori. Right-hander works to the set. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, chopped over to the left side of the infield. Emamiya fields it. What a fantastic play by the shortstop. He fires home to get the force. Oh, my goodness. You can't ask for a better play than that from Kenta Emamiya. The ball was hit to his right toward the 6-hole. He backhanded the ball, came down, fired a strike right to the catcher, and they were able to get the force. Bang, bang, play at the plate. Oh, my goodness. So Kaito Mori is safe at first on the fielder's choice. Hayashi erased at the plate 6-2 for the second out of the inning. As he's gone there, it advances the runner for Setsugo to third. Tobashira is at second. At first, it's Mori on the top of the order. And Kuwahara is stepping up to the plate. Unbelievable. And here comes the first offering to Kuwahara. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Kuwahara tonight, this is his sixth plate appearance. He is 1 for 4 officially and a walk. But he had a fantastic catch. To end the fourth inning. He's been pretty steady out in center field tonight. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. As the right-hander holds set, now delivers. Fastball misses down, and the count now goes to 1-1 on Kuwahara. Definitely welcome everybody into the stream tonight here. This is bases loaded, full of BayStars. There's 2 gone here in the top of the ninth. The score is 4-0. And a 1-1 count here to Kuwahara. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and lifted foul into the seats over on the first base side. The count now is at 1-2. Glad everybody could make it in here tonight. And we'll be back on for another round on Saturday when this series moves back to Yokohama. Hopefully everybody can join us as well for that. So 1-2. Hawks are at the edge of their seat. They've got to keep this in check here. Can't let another run come across. 1-2 on the way here to Kuwahara. Samori works himself to the set position. Here comes the pitch. As he kicks and delivers. Fastball misses up and in. They appeal over to the first base umpire, but they count to 2-2. So 2-2. Our friend Ken says he finally found our broadcast on his TV. That's good. I'm glad that you could do that as well. So here comes the 2-2 offering. Pitch on the way. Comes in, and he's nailed Kuwahara. Unbelievable. Absolutely smoked them. That is the hit by pitch. That's really strange here by the pitcher, Samori. He has been all over the place, and the trainers are out. I don't know if it got him on the hand or not. But it looks like the manager's coming out. We may be seeing the end of Samori here. Hit by pitch. It's going to eventually put Kuwahara over to first. It's going to cash in Setsugo, but the runner for Setsugo. Tomoshihira is going to go to third. Over to second is Mori. Now my scorecard looks like a coloring book. We're going to have a timeout here because it looks like we got a pitching change coming. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this. After that, from our friend Matt.
Well, you got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Well, just as we've gone to commercial, so too has the game. We have a pitching change on our hands here. It is a 5-0 lead now for the BayStars in the top of the ninth inning. The bases are loaded with 2 out, and we'll be back in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. That's a bit of a weird way for this inning to go here, as Samori had plugged Kuwahara. Kuwahara was getting attended to, and we are just coming back to the live action here, as it looks like that we have not only have we had the pitching change, but it looks like we've got ourselves a couple more runs on the board here, as it is Koki Kajiwara who has hit the ball into left center field. The ball has gotten down for a base hit. It's going to cash a pair in, as Toba Shihira and Mori are going to come across. That is going to increase the scoreline to 7-0. And the BayStars have pretty much got this one in their back pockets now. A 2-run double off the bat of Kajiwara. And that is where we are here with Shugo Maki coming to the plate with runners at second and third. The pitching change took place, and that's one of my complaints here when you're watching this particular feed, is you don't get a chance to see everything that's going on. And the first pitch to Maki is a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. The pitcher that has come in for the Hawks here is Hikaru Kimura, a right-hander. And the pitch is a breaking ball that is waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 1-1 on Shugo Maki. So Kimura, who has come on in relief here. And the pitch on the way is a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Maki. Chris says it got messy for the Hawks quickly. It sure did. Chris says he didn't think he would discover country music through Japanese baseball. There's a breaking ball swung on. This is lifted into left center field. Moving over is Yukio Shudo. He's there to make the catch. That is going to do it. Maki is gone for the third out of the inning, but boy, not till more damage has been done. 3 runs in the inning by the BayStars for insurance purposes on the benefit of only 2 hits. There was no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. Your score as we move to the bottom of the ninth inning. It is a 7-0 lead here for the BayStars. There will be a pitching change when we come back. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here. And by the looks of it, it is going to be a road team victory. And back to Yokohama, they will go with a 3-2 lead. Unbelievable. We'll be back in just a few right after this.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Kensuke Kondo, Kenta Imamiya, and Taisi Makihara to come to bat here in the ninth inning as the Fukuoka Ball Club is staring at a 7-0 deficit. Yokohama DeNA BayStars. Well, it looks like that the center fielder, Kuwahara, after being hit by that pitch, he stayed in the ball game. No issues for him at this point, probably other than a lot of ice. Andre Jackson, one of the stories here for the BayStars in this one, as he was brilliant through his 7 innings of work. And now it is going to be the side-winding right-hander, number 53, Hayate Nakagawa. He goes by Hayate on his jersey. I hope I said that correctly. But Nakagawa is the last name, and you sometimes see that with the players. They go by the one name. So here we go as he is ready to get going here against the left-handed hitting Kondo. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses low for ball one, and the count is 1-0. Kondo officially 0 for 2 tonight in this one. He was hit by a pitch himself back in the 7th inning. As the pitch is on the way, it is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into left field, moving over underneath it and making the catch. As the left, or is actually now, it looks like it is the, there are a couple of defensive changes. Kuwahara had moved over to left field to make that grab, and that is going to retire Kondo for the first out of the inning. Shugo Maki slides over to first base, but because of all the changes, I can't keep up with that here. There looks like there was 5 of them, 5 defensive moves. And my kanji isn't all the best, as a lot of that was flashed by in that. First pitch fastball delivered to Kenta Imamiya, taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. After this game is complete, we will give you guys the rundown on it, and then we will call it a night, only to resume the action in a couple of days. There's a fastball swung on. It's chopped over to third, fielded neatly, and the throw to first is in time. And that is going to get Imamiya on a ground out 5-3. And so just like that, the Fukuoka Softbank Hawks are down to their final out. Well, Taisi Makihara scheduled to come to hit. He's 1 for 2 and a walk tonight. 4 for 11 in the series for Makihara. So Yokohama left their city down 2-0, and they'll come back up 3-2. Who knew? There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. Our friend Chris says, amazing year for the BayStars. Take your hat off to them. Yeah, as I said, when I was in Japan in August, they weren't even in the playoff picture. They've just played the best baseball, really, since the second or third week of August. As that fastball misses down, and the count goes to 1-1 on Makihara. Right-hander holds to the set, now delivers. Fastball swung on. This ball is belted foul down the right field line, and now the count is at 1-2, and the Hawks are down to their final strike. One thing you guys also have to keep in mind for Saturday, they are saying rain in the forecast in Yokohama. So I'm curious to see if that game will go off or not, or if they would consider postponing it. Forecast for Sunday initially right now seems to be better, and even early next week. So we'll wait and see if that might put a damper on the BayStars being able to close it out on Saturday night. As that fastball swung on and fouled right off into the feet of the hitter. And the count remains at 1-2 to Makihara. So in the event that that game doesn't go off, that would probably be the reason we wouldn't be calling it on Saturday. We'll all be set up for it, ready to go. Influence says, BayStars, all the momentum. I'm curious when they're going to announce the starting pitchers. I would think Kohei Arihara more than likely would probably be called upon to have to go back and repeat his game 1 performance in Yokohama. Here's the 1-2. Fastball down. They appeal to the third base umpire, but they say that Makihara didn't go, and it's now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Be curious to see how that game plays out on Saturday. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fastball misses down and away. It's now 3-2 to Makihara. The catcher's spot is on deck should this go to another batter. And he steps off the back of the mound and he goes to the rosin bag, and we'll get this set up all over again. Hawks have got to be wondering what hit them. They were the favorite, up 2-0 in the series. Everything was looking rosy for them. There's a fastball swung on, and Makihara fouls it off into his leg, and the count remains at 3-2. It's crazy how this game can be sometimes. It can be very, very cruel in a lot of different ways. And certainly tonight is one of those ways. As we said, Hawks scored a run in the first inning of Game 3. And they're about to go 26 consecutive innings without getting another run at home. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 3-2. So Makihara giving him quite the battle in this spot. Ken asks, who do we support in the NPB? Nobody specifically really can. Just enjoy the Japanese baseball. That's all there is. And trying to stay awake here to complete almost a 4-hour affair here tonight. Pitch is a fastball swung on. This ought to do it. It's lifted into center field. Coming in underneath it and making the catch is the center fielder for the BayStars. And that is going to do it, everybody. We have a 1-2-3 ninth inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left aboard. We'll come back, give you the roundup in just a few, and then we'll call it a night. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to give you the rundown on this one here. It was all Yokohama tonight. And Andre Jackson certainly on the mound. And at the bat, it was Shugo Maki with all the big blows early on. Yokohama opened up the scoring in the third inning with a leadoff single by Maki. With 1 out, it was a Mike Ford single. And then after another out, it was a Yoshi Satsugo RBI single to bring home Maki with the first run of the ball game. 1-0 they led after 3. To the fourth inning we go. It was a leadoff single by Kurihara and another single by Kajimura. And the next thing you know, the reliever Jin Maeda serves up a 3-run homer to Shugo Maki, and that increased the scoreline to 4-0. That is where we stayed until the 9th inning, and a leadoff walk to the batter Mike Ford, and then it was a pinch hit runner for him as Hayashi was able to move around the bases after a strikeout to Miyazaki, a walk to Satsugo, a single by Tobashira loaded the bases. Kaito Mori reached on a fielder's choice. It ended up erasing Hayashi at the plate. And then with the bases loaded, Kurihara was hit by a pitch, and then a 2-run double off the bat of Kajimura, who ended up knocking in the 6th and 7th runs of the ball game, and that is how it ended. Appreciate everybody who stopped into the stream tonight to listen in. It was an entertaining affair for the most part. It got out of hand in the 9th inning, and your final score once again was 7-0 for Yokohama over top of the Hawks. All right, everybody. Well, once again, we appreciate you guys listening in to the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. It's time to get some sleep. And hopefully you guys can get some rest too, and we will see you on Saturday for game number 6. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you again soon.